I'm good to go.
Cool. Button has been pressed.
Okay. Same.
You.
Okay.
Got it.
But yeah, Ali did say that in comment that they won't be turning up then.
Yeah,
And
that's fine.
James is stuck in traffic, so hopefully they won't be too much longer.
Depends how the traffic goes, really. It could be anything from they turn up in like 5 minutes to they're 3 hours late.
Yeah.
Traffic's
And-
bad.
I'm assuming we don't have a crow tonight either, yeah?
No, they're still sick.
Cool.
Hope they get better soon.
Yeah. Oh, they get
Yeah.
better soon.
Alrighty then, it's 6 o'clock, you know what that means, ladies and gentlemen, and all individuals in between. It is time for our Friday episode of Alterra, the Shattered Altsphere.
Alterra!
Episode 37, The Art of Metal. We shall see if Zormir can somehow get himself out of the scenario they have gotten themselves into. But first, before I do a quick recap, we'll go around and say hi to all our players today. As you heard in our chit chat there, Ali the Point will potentially not be here tonight or will be late, similar to Fade, and Assassin will be slumbering in their water backpack. Who we do have here today, though, is Wilfie. Say hi.
Howdy!
Playing Alvina because they never actually update their name in Road
Yeah,
20. Zormir.
I'm the fake dragon.
Hi, I'm Zormir, and I'm the one in big trouble.
Yeah, you're the one who's fucked.
It's true. Fuck you.
I'm fuck you. I'm played by Ben.
My brain just turned that sentence around again.
What?
My brain turned it around again. Just don't worry about it.
Okay.
I've had a long day.
Fair enough. And,
Went.
Yep.
Hello, I'm TR. Play Gwent and currently just fucking around with some butter for tonight's dinner.
Butter.
You're fucking around in some butter?
Yeah.
And Lou.
Mr. Grimm, you're...
Who's running
if
back from it, from his kitchen by the sound of it.
I'm here.
There he is.
I'm just gonna assume that was your hi. And I'm Chris McKenzie. I will be your
Close enough,
DM
man.
for tonight. Previously, on the Shattered Altsphere, our players had managed to somehow, by some miracle of fate, managed to make their way down into the forge section of this towering, almost volcanic mountain forge or foundry. And again, somehow, by some miracle, because the dice had willed it, bluffed their way through several teams of young fire giant teenage apprentice
We dragged
As
our
an-
way through.
an envoy of the Inquisitive Breath, unbeknownst to the rest of the party and to like the few people who could understand and that only Fade had actual knowledge of from their espionage reports from the rebellion, is a secretive faction belonging to the Primal Monarchy that is responsible for investigating various outposts. It could be quite funny if you ever actually come in contact with them at some point.
I really hope
half,
you do.
I'm half tempted to roll a fate die and see if there happens to be an inspection today.
I
and
was
that's why they
wondering!
believe you.
I was going, this will go real poorly or really well if there actually is an
He's
inspector.
like, so they managed to bluff their way through. They stole a couple of the treasures from the Vault of Crafts, or the, I guess, the hallways of craft.
Oh, I have craft.
Zormir went invisible and got into shenanigans. The party have discovered various rooms filled with various things. Zormir attempted to pickpocket what appears to be the head honcho of this forge, a massive towering forge giant with graying hair, but still bulging, sweating muscles, as it's just a fire giant staple, really. Their hair may gray, their bodies, like iron, will never rust.
That's
Not
not
so
how
long as it-
iron works.
Not so long as they're well maintained. Saw that greasy sweat coming off them. So
There's
Zormir
foam
has
going
managed
on.
to find themselves in a precarious situation with the Primal Smith, who I have their name written down here. It escapes me.
We don't know it.
Elder
Do we?
No, they did
Elder
introduce their name.
Arisag.
Yes, it's it's Elder Arisag, the Primal Smith.
Ooh, nice.
So
name.
where you go put that into here, Elder Arisag. And they have challenged Zormir to show them that they are worthy of being, having the Elder take an interest in them. For you're not entirely sure what reason. It seems like his
Bored.
eyes sparkle with intrigue at the strange and foreign design of your metallic suit. He's commented that the crafts itself isn't particularly advanced or well in compared to a fire giant standard, but seems to have taken a liking and an interest to the design technique and the use of the metal itself. So he's very interested by just the usage of the metal.
Also, that annoyed may have done it.
Also, that annoyed may have done it. So he's wanting to test you and see if you truly are somebody of an innovative quality of spirit. While you've been doing that, the party have found a teenage fire giant who's accidentally got himself pinned under a heavy anvil and is exploring the rest of a couple of rooms. You've discovered 3 sealed Republic technology boxes that were filled with various things. Some iron ingots, some obsidian iron ingots, some obsidian iron tools, and a
Phoenix down.
uncommon phoenix down or a phoenix feather of Revivify.
I was like, I remember it's a feather. Looked to my inventory, it says Phoenix down. It's like, got it.
As well as a room with a fire troll behind a desk, a fire troll tending to what appear to be fire shrooms, and a couple small work libraries. As we take back up with the starting scene of let's start with Zormir, since that is the more curious of the scenes, and you guys can think about what you want to do next and go next while we see how Zormir does. So Zormir, you have been taken through what appears to be a secret passage in the walls and into this room with a stack of steps leading up to a stone altar with what appears to be the similar red fire-resistant fabric I believe you may have seen, but at least you would recognize the fire-resistant properties of this fabric. Now, there are various tools lined up next to the fabric on left and right, all sized for a giant. This appears to be some sort of personal workshop or some sort of tucked away workshop. However, there is no source of open flame in this room. There is no heat source or no forge or foundry or anything in this. That's probably actually me with the music in the background.
I was hearing something just pop up occasionally, sorry.
Yeah, that's no problem. As well as a couple drawers to the back of the room with, and kind of sitting on top of the set of drawers, various ingots and metals of a wide variety. As the Primal Smith kind of straightens, or, I like the idea of this Primal Smith just always has a hunch. This Primal Smith kind of just sits themselves against the wall and watches you.
It's got a gamer
Kind of just their hands kind of just clasped in front of them. Occasionally kind of just moving both hands up to like stroke their beard as they watch you with narrowed eyes, a keen interest as they watch how you're analyzing the tools and scene in front of you. What would you like to do?
Come on, Zormir.
I'm guessing with a bit of a flourish, bring out my own multi-tool and say, well, what is exactly you intending for me to do? I mean,
as you're doing this, Arizag is doing a little, as you're like fleshing your tools out.
I mean, I don't see any kind of forge to work with the metal.
Yeah, that gotta be old and fire giant. Yes, well, do not worry yourself with that. Arizag will take care of it. After all, I wouldn't be a fire giant smith worth my embers if I couldn't do my own heating. I shall heat your metal to your requested degrees. What I want from you is to show me your craft. I believe you need to replace the arm that you've lost, no? I think that would be a suitable test to prove that you have the ingenuity and knowledge to back up the quite large claim, if you don't mind me saying, that
Oh.
you designed this suit of metal.
Arm. Oh. And he flings it out, and the arm just forges itself. I don't need help with that.
You could upgrade it though.
I mean,
Fascinating, fascinating. And how does the armor do this? Where did it acquire the raw resources from to extend the arm?
it's part of my craft, my skills as armor. Echoing from someone, I think.
Well then,
It's probably Neil. No, I think I'm saying it probably is. I'm sorry, dude. But quite often is yours. Not really an insult.
well,
Blame anybody but Neil.
surely if you created this armor, it would be of a trivial matter to you to recreate another set, no?
Hmm. It does take him.
I have all the time in the world.
Well, it's also the fact of my being something of a maybe a lost art here.
I don't think he's got a problem with that.
Uh,
And to be honest.
I mean, I can.
Mhm.
It doesn't need some form of magic to imbue it to keep it together. Do you have any kind of magical things of arcane?
Things of arcane.
I know the primal fires allows you to manipulate metals, but I use a bit of arcane in my craft.
And your tools do not already have the arcane of which you need?
Uh,
Describe to me what form of setup you would require to replicate your work. Assuming, of course, you can, which is still to be seen, may I remind you.
yes, but it requires certain
Mm-hmm.
arcanites.
Certain arcanites. Name them.
Uh, you need partial void to allow the materials to disappear and reappear at will to uh, a, a binding arcanite. What one was that again? And I need to look at the arcanite list to
Because
remember.
Zormir would know, probably, right? So,
Yeah. Don't worry about the player not knowing. Just say the phrase. I described to him the process.
Um,
Yes,
I
just shortcut
start
it. Don't worry
listing
about the
off all
technical
the
stuff.
parts of the arcanite I use to either allow it to bind or reform or obviously disintegrate at will for when when arms are and to replace it's sort of like a multitude of different parts of arcanites.
I do kind of love the concept of just Bob describe how to make a mech suit from scratch on your own with no help.
And this arcanite, is it consumed in the process or is it incorporated into the suit? Does your suit contain these arcanite pieces?
It is etched into it and then formed into the main part of it, and then it allows it to adhere to different armors.
I see. And if your suit were to be destroyed, would you be able to use the resources in it to recreate it?
Uh,
Oh god.
That's a loaded
Danger.
question.
I'm afraid you see the suit is very much bound to me. For it to be removed from me, I'd have to die, and then you would lose the chance to actually make this. I can teach you the lost arts if you can teach me something in return.
Yeah, that's where you should have lied and said that the suit is bound to your life force.
That's
It is essentially.
No,
'Cause-
and if you die, then the suit loses all power.
Yeah.
This is
Not
why you
no.
have friends with the Revivify.
Yeah.
No backseat players. No backseats.
Yeah.
Bob,
I'm
yours
saying
on
this is
Bob.
where you should have lied and said that, but
Oh yeah, it's too late. I think is what they call
Yeah.
it. It's why they're saying it. You won't buy it.
Interesting.
After
Well,
the backseat players.
death is not a burden that I feel would ever limit the gift and greatness of a true artisan.
He's gonna
If
kill
death
you.
is all that you are worried about, and to remove your armor, I believe we have a phoenix feather in the other room I can retrieve.
are you sure about
I
that?
sure hope it's still there, for I will kill you first and then go check.
Oh dear.
Goryphage, you're still
Nice
in the
knowing you,
room.
Zormir.
So, if you truly are an artisan smith worthy of my attention as one of the ranking and highest professional qualifications you can get in the Fire Giant Smith hierarchy, you have two choices.
Odd.
Remove your armor voluntarily while I smelt it down for raw parts for you to recreate it. Or I melt it down while you're in the armor and then go and find a way to revive you. Worst case scenario, you prove to me in your reluctance to take the challenge that you are not a smith of the caliber worthy of my attention. And I lose
see-
nothing but ridding myself of a rodent spy here to steal.
Pick the second one, Bob. I like our chances.
You see,
We
the
melted down
problem,
in the armor.
even
You-
if you revive me, I will
Hmm.
still be missing 2 limbs, which this armor provides me to actually be able to work the materials. It does require both hands and both of me, and if you, quite frankly, I could probably find the materials to make it the small arcanite I need. I don't need anything from here.
Then what are you suggesting?
I'm sure I could get the arcanite I require to make it.
Where?
Hmm.
Let me reiterate the scenario you are now in. You are not to leave this room alive unless you prove that you are a smith of caliber.
Okay.
Any smith worth their salt can use the abundance of resources lined along the walls to recreate. I'm sure you could figure out a way to improvise the missing arcanite, assuming you don't have enough on your person already.
Well, I will get to it if you can provide the materials. Well,
Name what you need and I shall provide it.
Well, I need. What kind of metal do you want the armor to be made out of? What kind of proper?
Well, I am not requisitioning a commission. I'm simply asking you to demonstrate your craft. What you make is irrelevant to me. I seek only to judge your skill.
Okay, then I will
He's asking
start.
to make a thing, not make the armor. Impress him.
I will make an armor that can be bound to you then, and be
That's a
able
lot
to
of metal.
replace, like mine. Then I know the inscriptions I need.
Very well. Name what resources you need and I shall have them.
Well, but first, some iron.
We have in abundance, yes.
That's the most simplest of materials. I could make it out of.
Bob, just say these are the materials. You
Yeah.
don't need to list them all.
Yeah, stop killing yourself. More.
I could
Yeah.
mithril or anything
I
harder.
need stuff.
I need this.
It's like I need mithril, iron, tungsten, yada 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 yada. Done.
Would you like it made of bronze, iron, steel, mithril, or adamantine? I like RuneScape. Really.
I need insert armor components here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Yes,
remember to
in
make a
short
weak
succession,
link
he
in
goes to the
armor.
wall of resources at his disposal and
Wall of
easily
resources.
places on the altar large ingots of each metal that you request.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Do you mind if I cast something to hasten the process once the metal is sufficiently heated.
I'll allow it.
Okay. I'll wait until the metal's heated, and I'm going to.
Which temperature would you like the metal at?
Smithing temperature.
The appropriate temperature for each metal here.
Yeah. I tell them the right temperature for forging the iron down at sheets and things like that. And
That's fair. As you do so, he reaches out his hands and almost like he's grasping and squeezing a heart. He closes his
That's an
fist,
image.
looking at each image, looking at each armor, each metal. Damn you, Ben.
Sorry.
My words. Looking at each pile of ingots, and you watch as the ingots very rapidly begin to heat into the perfect temperature you have indicated.
okay, whilst he's doing that, I'm
It's less than a second. He is done.
casting haste. And I'm
High
gonna go.
speed smithing.
Yep,
In
exactly.
the 6 seconds it takes you to cast haste, he's already thingied all of the ingots to the temperature you've requested.
And I go to work and bash all the bits into the right start forging them into the relevant shapes of the tool.
The medium-sized chamber rings out with the sounds of your craft, echoed periodically by I see. Okay. The process continues for a length of time as we switch back to the rest of the party. Zormir finds himself with a sensation of eyes very intently watching you work.
Fair enough.
Um,
What would the rest of the party like to do?
well, I'm going to be just continuing on, and I'm going to be going to this room up here. Well, that is a door, right? That I can see here, right?
Yes.
Cool. I'll be just leading the way, and whoever's following me is following me. But that's where I'm going.
Yeah, I mean, fuck you is constantly just following you around, just see if he can find anything worth stealing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Maybe
I
Gwen
assume
vote for the
the rest
reason
of
of
us would be
Avina's-
following.
Gwen,
It's
you're...
basically because like we don't know if the point is going to be
Yeah,
doing something.
Gwen, you're lawful evil, lawful good even.
Lawful evil. Spoiler alert!
I can be what you want me to be. Fuck you.
So the fire giant that had the thing fall on his chest, are you gonna like poke one of the forge smiths and point over to him, or just so like someone can save him?
No.
No.
It's yeah. Like I may be lawful, but I'm lawful to the party.
Yeah.
And I'm good for the party. Frankly, one less apprentice.
Lawful good is not lawful nice. Is essentially what we're going.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I'm not helping everybody. I'm helping the people that can help me in a broader sense. And one apprentice.
Fair enough.
Don't
him
you
get squished.
worry. Assume
That's
that
the
as soon
church
as the
in a
party
nutshell.
have turned the corner, the point will deliberately hang back just a little bit, and then immediately start using himself and themselves in the point box to push the anvil over.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they've got the robot. Yeah, they'll be fine. I was like, I don't know if they can do it. Oh, with the robot probably.
Yeah, he said it was okay if you summoned him.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then they very quickly try and catch up while the apprentice is kind of huffing and puffing there.
So yeah, I'll go and basically just do the inspection thing that I have been doing with each of these other rooms.
Each of the forge masters and even the forge smiths kind of give you a curious glance, a bit of a grumble before kind of just letting you be on the way. As you enter into the next the next valley of rooms, effectively, you come across two more fire trolls who appear to be doing almost inventory. They seem to have a stone tablet on them and are marking down as they're inspecting various crates of supplies in this room. And Alvina, as you enter this room, you get a whiff of spice and scent and a bit of fruitiness in the air, as this appears to be some form of food storage area. You're not entirely sure what or why it's for, but they are taking stock of large crates of some fragrant smelling substance.
My
Okay.
hand on Alvina's shoulder, and whisper so that the trolls don't hear. Not the time. Please. We've come so far. It doesn't, and none of us have been detected, or caught, or enslaved, or.
We're on a good track record.
This
She's
is good. Let's
she's
just.
she
Okay.
rubs
Grin and bear it.
she rubs a little bit of drool from the corner of her mouth, and
We're
she
literally
just
walking through enemy territory, blasé, and they're not doing anything.
we've already had a snack. Um,
Has that
You-
ever stopped Alvina in the past? I don't.
not at all. She's a bottomless pit.
Yeah.
But I will.
That's an insult to bottomless pits. Don't lump bottomless pits in with Alvina. Fuck's sake. Yeah, but I'm just got my
But I have
hand
one
on
of
your
the-
shoulder.
Do one of the trolls
Knuckles.
have a actual inventory like list?
Oh, you want to find the most exotic thing on the list and have it, don't you?
Ooh.
An ostrich
Uh-huh.
egg amongst a bunch of chicken eggs. EG.
If I remember correctly, they are, I think, they are towering over you a little bit. Give me a perception check to get a good angle on the list if you're trying to peek over their shoulders.
Oh,
Just
I
'cause it's
can't read it. I've sort of got the list.
Oh, then they both have stone tablets with things written on it, so presumably.
Yeah, that's how I was basically going. I tap you, and then you fade and point you to have a look at the list, and I will go over and just start looking at the crates. I can't read it. It'll be in giant. I can speak giant at the moment. I can't fucking read it.
Fade, go ahead and give me either a history or insight check.
History or insight? Well, it will be, of course, history. If I find the right tab. I'm not finding it. I roll a minimum of like 15 or something.
That's fair. I'll give you the basics, then if you roll really high, I'll give you one or two extra bits. You're a little bit inherently more cautious about interacting with the fire trolls. Particularly trollkind in general tends to be used throughout the monarchy in a more bureaucratic way. They're responsible for either the purity orders, which are the orders of trolls that are responsible for maintaining health and vitality of the Noid stock in the fire giant's possession, as well as making sure that no diseases or primal diseases or viruses end up sweeping through the monarchy. There has been several historical events in which, whether it be from interfaction scheming or accidents or outside sources, there have been epidemics that have ravished the various factions of the monarchy in history, which has led the creation of more power distilled to the purity or the Puritan orders, who are a little bit more zealous in their pursuit of maintaining hygiene.
Okay.
But
They're the
more importantly, they're also
CDC on
far more
crack.
scrutinizing and of a paranoid, inquisitive nature than the fire giants would be.
Got it.
Basically, your DC will be
So-
higher. Much higher.
What's a 20? Fuck, I've got.
Not for
20,
that, I meant for
22,
deception
23.
checks.
It
Oh,
came up
deception.
23.
Okay.
The fire
Yeah,
trolls are
20
far more likely to see through your ploy than the fire giants ever would. Since the fire trolls actually, or the trolls in general, are actually more aware and will probably have way more insight into any of the various orders in the faction than the fire giants would ever care to take an interest in.
Whereas where the fire giants are more self-absorbed and are focused on their craft, the trolls are like overseers.
The trolls are the
inquisitors,
rules lawyers.
basically.
Yeah, they're the admins.
Yes.
Perfect.
So
The
they'll
trolls are
they'll
green.
if anyone will pick up on any nuances as
Green
to
guts.
like how the the Inquisitive Breath would operate, it would be them.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
They're the trolls. They're the green guts.
They're the
that
trolls in
can-
control.
the
Yeah.
goblins from Gringotts.
Yeah.
Controllers.
I
Um,
don't
The big
recognize
troll in
you.
control.
Yeah, Alvina's
Okay.
basically just going to make a show of looking at it and then walk out and go to a different room.
The Inquisitores would like to have a look at your stock.
Ooh, are you actually gonna interact with? The
I
troll?
wasn't thinking you were going to interact.
Oh, are you you're just examining things from?
I'm
a
just
distance?
looking, yeah.
Yeah, are they eyeing us up? Are they demanding to know why we're there at this point? I'm not gonna.
No. This is the information you get as soon as you glimpse them, so that if you want to try and steer Alvina away, knowing your character knowledge, you can.
Okay, I'll whisper that. I'll let Alvina know what I know, and if she wants to pursue interests, I will advise against it. But at the end of the day, no one can force Alvina to do anything she doesn't want to. Let's be honest.
Now she was
So I
literally
will-
just, she was just
I will
having a
try and-
glance because she's not going to steal anything from the room while there's someone watching.
Not yet, anyway.
No, while there's someone watching.
So I'm saying not
But you
yet,
can
anyway.
avoid those rooms with the knowledge you have. If you peek in the other rooms, there are apprentices in the first two with the cupboards open, and you can glance a plethora. God,
Plethora.
that's far too fancy a word.
Yeah.
Of just shelves upon shelves of shimmering gems.
Fuck.
If anyone's ever seen a arts and crafts like cupboard filled with just like small plastic gems, it is like that. There is just dozens in little trays everywhere, but these are actual like
gem.
50 GP plus gems that have just been thrown into the cupboard as decorative gem pieces for the various crafts they do here. They clearly don't have as high a value on the gems as they would on like the metalwork, and they're clearly just like there as decoration.
Is anyone in this room?
There's the one little fire giant.
Which one?
The room with the gems. Sorry.
So there's multiple. So the first two, as you kind of just peek in, they both have fire giant apprentices in there, kind of shifting through various like decorative pieces. The first room would probably have more solid gems, and then the second room may have like glitters and like ribbon, threads, and all kind of other various other art stuff of a different nature.
Filigree,
Was there?
essentially.
Was there? Forgive my idiocy. Roll20 maps not working for me.
No.
Is there like a corridor or somewhere close by that I could just nip out to, quickly cast detect magic, and then come back into the room? Or
There's the final two rooms don't have anybody in them, so.
Yeah, if you continue down the corridor into the other two rooms and out of sight, you could close the door and or walk away from the door, since the door automatically closes without the presence of a flame, and you can cast that. Yes.
It's more for, well, aside from the fact of magical gems, like if anything magical accidentally got, like I don't know, like
No, yeah, that's fine.
in the original Hulk film where a drop of blood got into the bottle of
Yeah, I
energy
know.
drink.
I know what you
If
mean.
anything accidentally got snagged on someone's clothes that's magical, and then accidentally fell behind a bookcase that's never been moved or something that I can just scan about, and there could be something valuable that even they don't know about that I would like to have a glance for.
Yeah. Alvin is going to walk into the room that has the gems, take out one of the jars full of rubies. I'm assuming there's rubies there.
Yep.
And just make like a purring noise. Essentially.
Prentice kind of starts like sidestepping away from you. While you're doing that, Fukyu, Gwent, and Lou, what are you guys up to as you're following Alvina? And Alvina's just staring and purring at gems while the professor's kind of nipped away around the corner to start casting detect magic.
Well, Lou and Gwent were meant to be slaves.
You are slaves. So this is fuck you, technically.
Yeah, I mean, fuck you is
You
Yeah,
can
but
still-
he
you can still
walks
look
side by
around and
side
do anything.
with Alvina.
yeah. Fuck you is pretending to be the little fire elemental thing at the minute that has.
Yeah, that's
his
right. You're
shoulder.
an Azir.
That's it. That's it.
Oh yeah, that was it. Yeah, you're our escort. Forgot
Yeah.
about that.
So, fuck you is going to go into the room with all the gems as well, and
Oh no.
he's going to probably try find the biggest one that he can probably steal without anyone noticing.
All right.
The fire
just-
giant might be distracted by Alvina. if
Yeah.
this requires a roll. He's like,
I'm also
Oh,
not
you-
entirely sure you can technically steal them. It's like the supplies closet at work. Nobody's gonna question if you go to it and take a supply out. It's what it's
Not
there
unless you have
for.
your name
That's
on it.
So what Alvina's basically
Right,
going to
it's
do
like
is
with the apprentices in the rooms as well. Like he doesn't want to be like
obvious
stopped.
about
Yeah, doesn't want to be obvious. Doesn't want to be stopped and say, "Why have you got that?" Kind of thing.
No, that's fair. Give me a perception check to see if you, or I guess not. Do you, by any chance, do you have proficiency with jeweler's kit?
No.
Maybe.
Then give me an intelligence insight to see if you can figure out which one's the most expensive.
Intelligence insight. Okay.
As your
Intelligence-based checks.
little
intelligence-
goblin brain
Yeah.
taps into prehistoric, ancient knowledge
It's a nat 20.
descended through the bloodlines.
Yeah, come on, give us the nat 20.
Yeah. So
Goblin
I'm going to
gem.
roll it as
Gem.
history because that's intelligence things I don't have proficiency in.
Yeah.
But it is a 17.
17.
Something claws at the back of your mind. Some remnant of historic ancestry of surely it's the shiniest of the gems.
Grandma told
One
me
with the,
gems
the
were good.
cleanest cut.
Yes, what's it called? That's right. It's the Arkenstone.
Gremlin brain activate.
Yep.
Your mama told you the best gems were these.
My mama said.
Mama told me.
Yeah. So he's going to have a look around.
Mama Goblin always said life was like a box of gems.
Yeah.
You never know. Oh, that one's the shiniest.
That one's the best, so nick it.
Shiny click clacks make the shiny math
Yeah.
rolls.
There's
So
one tray that's just dice.
yes. So yeah, fuck you's gonna have a look around, just to make sure no one's looking in his general direction.
Holy fuck.
Went
Here, you
is-
spot in a plush little red glass see-through box and a little plush red pillow, just at the bottom, next to a couple of other chests, but this one really catches your eye, is a Goliath fist-sized red star sapphire gem that seems to have a certain twinkle to it that calls to you, a little twinkle of red, as if it's not dissimilar to the essence of flame that is seen where living fire is encapsulated in a metal. There's something, but a little bit more light focus to it, a little bit more shinier, a little bit more blinding.
If it reminds fuck you of fire, he's definitely taking it.
Yeah.
So it's Goliath fist size. So it's
Yes.
smaller than 2 foot.
It's like a coconut.
Like a coconut-sized gem, yeah.
Yeah, so fuck you's just gonna have a quick glance around, make sure no one's looking in his general direction, and then just put his bag of
The apprentice
holding.
is now like turned around, is now trying to shuffle out of the room.
Yeah.
So yeah,
You're welcome.
fuck you is essentially just gonna put the bag of holding over it and then close it, and then just walk out.
Do I spot
Very
you
good.
do that? Because I also would like. I just have an appreciative nod when he's bugging off.
I mean, let's see what my sleight of hand would be.
Yeah, go for it. Let's find out. If you're trying to be
This
Not
is a
stealthy
nat
at all.
20. Oh.
I noticed.
He's
It's
just
It's a good thing the guy left the room.
yeah.
yeah,
He's
and it's
been,
just
he's like put the bag over it, knocked like 3 different boxes of gems over,
And the cupboard's about to collapse.
Yeah.
When staring daggers.
Yeah,
but Alvina's
Yeah,
gonna.
but you could feign you had a dizzy spell.
Alvina's
Not
gonna
used to the heat.
pocket the
I'm,
big.
I'm made out of
jar
fire.
Of... Yeah, Alvina's gonna pocket the big jar of rubies because she likes rubies, and it was in character, and it actually ended up working out. Creep the giant out. He'll leave.
Inventory,
Jar of
other
rubies.
possessions.
Plus, you're a dragon. You
That's exactly why I started purring.
part of the horde.
Yeah.
Gem.
Right, so the red
thought
red
the
star
red dra- they
sapphire.
do.
Yeah, red star sapphire has been added into my other possessions because I don't think that's an actual gem, is it?
Hey, I think Star Sapphire is, but well, yeah.
Yeah, Star Sapphire, I think, is technically one, and they have various colors, but I'll add the specific one to D&D Beyond later,
Okay.
since it has
That's
a high value.
fair.
And yeah, Alvina's just nicked a big jar of it, and then she's gonna carry him to the next room.
Are there any like fairly big diamonds as well?
No, it's the only gem that's missing from this, presumably because of their more magical and arcane nature to them.
They've
Fair
got
enough.
a different use.
What about
so it
any
makes sense.
like diamond dust that they might use for sharpening things?
To be fair, it's also just because diamonds aren't traditionally used for decorate purposes in, I imagine, just all D&D worlds, given they have an actual mechanical use for them.
Fair.
And if they have diamond dust, it wouldn't be in the decoration cupboard. It'd be in like the actual storage because you can like diamond edge things for cutting as well.
Yeah, you
so
can use it for sharpening shit.
yeah, there's a ton of uses. So
But either way, there is no diamond present in any of these rooms.
Fair enough.
And now we have sad senator noises.
Senator,
Yeah,
Senator
no
Gwent.
diamonds for Gwent.
Does Assassin's Mind Connection allow anyone under the pact to contact each other, or is it just between Assassin and the contractee?
Just Assassin and the contract.
Fair.
I think we've been using them as a to and from, but
In that case,
Yeah, it's not a full telepathy; it's a free sight ability.
in that case, fuck you is going to cast sending to Zormir
yeah, the missing person.
and ask,
Presumed dead.
yeah, Watcher, not seen you for a while. What you doing? Need any gems? We found a storage thing.
We switch back to Zormir, just hard at work. Zormir, how long does it take you to make your armor? I assume an hour.
Actually make the armor.
I think technically, if he's making a full suit of armor, it takes like a few days.
Well, it depends what he's actually making. If it's just to impress.
The
Yeah,
forged armor being mine.
You can just make like an arm, probably.
Yeah, you
in
can
an
probably
hour
just
or
make it
two.
like a gauntlet or something.
Yeah. I think a full
long
suit
as
of
you
full
can
plate
show-
is like a week or something like that.
No, but not if he's doing artificer armorer.
True, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I was curious. Like, what mechanically does it say to make your armor? I think it's a short rest.
Yeah, I think to switch it from one armor to another, it was a short rest. Or a long rest.
Yeah, so switch modes, not actually create a new set of armor.
Yeah, if you not create a new
Yeah,
one.
I'm not sure if it has anything on the creation of it, because I don't think you ever create another
He's
one.
not expected to start from scratch. I
No,
don't
because
think.
it's essentially charming, like pre-existing.
It's enchanting a suit
yeah.
of armor, yeah.
Enchanting essentially a suit of armor to be welded to you.
Wow, okay. For
Have you
every
found-
day of I found the rules apparently. You'll be here a while, Zormir. For every day of downtime you spend crafting, you can craft one or more with market value not exceeding 5 gold pieces. A full suit of plate mail will take you 300 days to craft by yourself.
Huh.
But then artificers can make it faster depending on the level.
Yeah.
So 10.
I think it's roughly about 10. You can
10 times, so it'd be what, 3 days?
Well, no, I think it's like level 10. You can start.
Oh
making
yeah,
things for, like, half the
Zormir are
speed.
level 10 artificers.
Yeah.
It'd be
So
in your features and traits.
Well, it's a good thing that this is a fantasy world and not a historic medieval one.
Thank fuck.
Over time is not relative.
He's using special magic stuff, and he's really good at this. And a giant's helping him by actually getting all the stuff. It's fine.
Something magic.
And by perfectly tempering and forging the metal itself.
Yeah.
So either way, for the purpose of this, you are hammering away as you get the sending spell.
And during that, I'm pulling out the piece of indigo arcanite and gold arcanite and smashing it into dust and going, I need some blood to bind this so I can make an etching into the armor. As I'm saying that out loud, and you're just gonna hear that message to you as I say it.
Right, he needs some blood.
Why does he? I look at you. Go, why? Who? What?
Zormir, I just sent him a message asking if he needs anything. He said blood.
Blood.
I just need blood.
I don't know.
I'm not going to ask. I'm assuming he can find it. I don't know where he is.
Totally dinged your message, and I'm just so focused on the thing.
We assume that got sent through. It's like, I need some blood for armor. Okay. Is he okay?
That was your only hint to what the fuck's going on.
I don't know. He said they need some blood for some armor.
He's making armor. Okay.
He's making something. I don't know why.
He's not with us. Did he see where he was?
No. He just said that he needs blood.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
He'll be around. He's invisible. He'll be fine.
That makes it easier to find him.
He's invisible. He'll be fine.
Just a random hammer just clang.
I assume. Look, Alvina's assumed that you found a great position and just was struck by inspiration and just decided, I'm gonna make something right now and it's gonna be amazing. So. So I'm like, I don't know.
We'll see
As soon as you cast
does
as soon as you cast
an
haste,
hour of craft.
as soon as you cast haste, your thing.
What did I miss?
I've got a minute before I basically stall out for a
but
round.
when you cast haste, your invisibility drops.
It would have dropped.
He was already not invisible anymore. Alvina's last saw him. He was invisible. So she has no idea that he's not invisible and was captured.
But anyway, we'll come back to Zormir in a little bit. You guys still have a little bit of time for Zormir's finish their temporary craft, which we're just going to speed up for the sake of storytelling. That's because they're hasted and have the help of one of the greatest fire giant smiths on the realm.
Yeah, so what's in these last two rooms? Because we know what's in these two. Because I've inspected that one and I've assumed there was nothing of interest and just moved on. It's the filigree room, right? The one that is the other apprentice in.
Yes.
So the other one, so the top right has what appears to be supplies of partridge and ink and various seals and waxes. It looks to be a storage room for effectively documentation, or not documentation in the sense that it's been written on, but like fresh supplies.
Flammable materials, basically.
Flammable materials.
Yeah, I get you.
So, stationery.
Kinda.
Yeah, it's effectively stationary. It's probably where they've also like got some like nameplate, like blank nameplates that can be engraved upon, and you can see like little metallic plaques that are fresh and simmering with polish, and a variety of other things. It looks like it's related to actually like documenting and titling their pieces.
Okay.
Depending on what they need.
I'll have a glance through the room, but it won't be anything that particularly interests Alvina, so she'll move to the southern room. If anyone wants to.
Is there any stamps to show that they made something?
Ooh.
Well, as I'm saying, there's inks and engraving pens and a whole variety of different things that they could use. So whether or not they are
seal they can press into things.
Into metal, possibly not, but they'll probably be like a wax seal thing. Like the stamp.
To be fair, all they do is heat the metal and then press the metallic stamp in it.
So is the metallic stamp in the room?
Yeah, there's a little tray of various little seals.
Nudge, fuck you. Grab the seals.
Good call. Actually, I like that. I like that a lot.
Where are seals in this room? We're not anywhere near an ocean.
I was also knew exactly we'd say that.
I'm gonna I turn to you and saying, Goblin, grab the metal in seals.
I just look questioningly over my shoulder at why you're telling them to grab a seal, because Albina also hasn't figured out that there's no actual animal seals here. And she's currently still got tongues on, so she can understand what you're saying.
That's not really... Oh, those kind of things. All right. And yeah,
At least if we escape, then we can cause trouble with them later.
Yeah.
that's a bit better.
If we escape.
When
I'm just saying, like, bad armor being sent out is a slight against a certain house of a certain faction, and that's worth doing.
it's this
Oh
armor.
yeah, I'm more meaning we will escape.
Yeah, we will escape, of course.
Brent will.
Gwen will. Albina will. If all else fails, she'll dragon her way out somehow.
With bullshit.
Yeah, bullshit her way out.
The last room has coal and chalk, various colors, chalks, and various other kind of staining and inks and various kind of like leaf petals and everything in it that they seemingly use to like wrap and give either stains or imprints or differing colorings. I guess if they do have like this is the point where the DM doesn't know enough about weapon making for the audience at home watching. If they do have some form of sharpening thing, or they apply differing liquids and fluids or gem pieces to it, what's the sort that goes in this room? So the miscellaneous rest of the filigree room.
Filigree, the other half of filigree. I will say, actually, because this is a fantasy world, and in fantasy worlds you can dye metal easily. Because it's like that. That's what just is a thing in fantasy worlds usually, if that is in Alterra. Is there a equivalent of a red metal dye?
Yes.
I will nab it. Provided it's not in a huge bucket or something. If it's in like a small pot, I'll take it. If it's in like a huge vat, I'm not.
Reasonably small pot. It's like still like a giant paint can sized. Probably a small pot for a giant, but for you it's chest sized.
Chest sized, jeez. Okay.
Well, it's slightly smaller than chest sized, but you know, like one of those giant paint cans.
Yeah, I know exactly the ones you mean.
Oh, like a 5-gallon sort of thing.
Darn. Do we have anything that we can like put liquid in?
Yes, traditionally I just allow you guys to have basic, especially if you have proficiencies in like brewers or alchemy or anything like that, just have vials on you. Fate has a whole goddamn kitchen on them.
Someone's got something. I'll basically take a cup or so. I want enough for my gauntlet to dye it red, essentially.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't see a problem with that.
Yeah, red metal dye.
1 unit.
Yeah, 1. And yeah, does anyone want anything? I'll take some red chalk as well, because why not?
Chalk.
Might come in handy.
I mean, chalks can be good for magical stuff.
Yeah.
I was thinking in case we need when one of us inevitably dies, we need to do an outline. Like. I've got some I've got some ideas of what to do with chalk. So.
I'm sure there's one spell at least that uses chalk as a material.
There genuinely might be.
All right. What's the side of the party wanting to do before we switch back to Zormir?
I think for what Alvina's gonna do, she's basically gonna wait around in this room just enough time for anyone to nick anything they want. And then she'll be going towards. That is a door up for the. There's 2 more doors here and here, right?
Yes.
Okay, so basically she'll be moving towards this one.
There is also a technically you can't see into this little room here.
Oh, okay. I thought that was like a thing. That's a hidden room. Okay.
But there is a large like hut, effectively standing in the center.
Okay. I won't go there yet. I'll save that for the last one, because it might be something particularly crazy. So yeah, I'll go up to this one next, and that we switch back to Zormir because I need the bathroom.
Did I find anything getting down on hands and knees and scouting through trays of stuff with detect magic on for
as you are looking for detect magic, you wouldn't have simply because fire giants don't tend to have arcane trinkets on them.
Do I find anything of value? Just anything that could have happened.
To find value, there's an entire cupboard filled with like 50 to 500 GP gems.
Things that could be useful to the rebellion, things that could be useful in crafting, things that could be useful in creating a new body, a la the Professor, a la Iron Man Mark.
I mean, there's entire spare supplies. You notice potentially
like
some goblins and a centaur stealing a iron wax seal, or iron metal seal, technically.
Why would there be seals here? We're nowhere near an ocean.
You guys can't keep repeating this joke. It doesn't. Not funny, guys.
I mean, it's the thing of jokes. You keep repeating until it eventually becomes funny.
We are legitimate businessmen.
Exactly.
we have our stamping seals.
Yeah. There's two sides to every snake.
But yes, nothing. This is mostly repetition. So I'm just going to reveal this area since you've pretty much discovered anything of actual use in the rest of the year. And we'll go explore the last segment of, since you'll no doubt want to check this bit out when both Alvina's back and after we've gone to Zormir. So, let us return down to Zormir as you get to... You're not entirely sure exactly how long it has passed. You've been in a frenzy of crafting as finally your hard work comes to an end in the magical fantasy way of being able to craft something in a short setting and not 6 months.
Not a year, not most of a year.
Haste seemed to last an eternity.
It does. It's finally your last strike of perfection hammer. Well, actually, we don't know if it's perfection.
Yeah,
That's
we don't know
what I
yet.
need to check you for.
Go for it.
It's time
Zormir believes
for
it's
the
perfection.
skill challenge of forging metal.
Come on, Zormir.
Now,
If
as you
ever
all know,
need a 20.
there are 3 parts to any good skill check when it comes to forging some craft or art. The first is the mind. You have to have an idea, an ingenuity. You have to have an image of what it is you want to craft in your mind, recalling all of your knowledge and experience. As I need you to give me either an intelligence or wisdom check using your smith proficiency.
Come on, Zormir.
Would he have advantage if he has history because he's made this exact item before? Question.
Unfortunately, don't have history as a
Well, then never mind.
proficiency.
It doesn't matter anyway. Wisdom with
Will be
proficiency.
useful.
Intelligence with proficiency.
Wisdom or intelligence with proficiency. You can either use your connection with the world or the information that you have collected and studied to help you in your pursuit.
Plus
Not
3.
bad.
Fast off the mind.
That's a
24.
+4. We've got +4 proficiency, Bob.
And I believe you also wanted to attempt to use your multi-tool for this.
Yeah, so that has
It's another
a
+1.
So
But you want to use
25.
your second feature of your multi-tool you've never used before.
Ooh.
I will basically empower it to allow me to do a cantrip of was it again? Damn it.
Damn it,
Guidance.
Oh,
do you have
nice.
apparently Zormir just doesn't have guidance naturally, so
I don't think
Yeah.
Artificers
some
get
reason
it.
So,
artificers do get it. They're
Well,
one of the
really?
only
Really?
classes that don't. It's why the rest of the party has it.
Yeah.
It's just Zormir didn't pick it. Do you have to make any checks or anything to learn your cantrip of the day?
No, it's an action to do.
Cool,
And
alright.
it lasts for 8 hours.
All right,
and then I
then
can use it until the next dawn.
you can go ahead and use guidance for the crafting process, and just assume we'll apply it to all your checks because that's how guidance works when it comes to long form
2.
activities.
So 28.
Yeah.
We seeing rolls? I'm not seeing any rolls. Where's my rolls?
Rolling D4 too.
It's a D4 for the.
It's because I'm not scrolled down for some reason.
Ah!
There we go. I'm still in the
Yeah.
sleight of hand check for
And
some
we
reason.
added the rest up.
Yeah, it's a 28 with all his modifiers.
28.
Yeah.
Dear God, Zormir, you have an idea, and you very quickly start making your direction to that idea. Now, as we all know, the second aspect of it comes to craft and art is while you have an idea, you need the ability to execute on that idea, either with physical strength or dexterity of the hand, as I need a strength or dex check with your smithing proficiency.
Okay, it'll be strength.
Yep.
Because, oh, Jesus.
So it's
We're going to
plus
get an
another- wait,
Amazon
it's
and
plus
Wish
another-
product.
It's like IKEA. It's plus 4, plus
This could be
1,
good.
11, 12.
and
Pretty good.
guidance.
If it's a bit of armor that's really weak and the giant's wearing it, it'll shatter.
I don't think the
It's
giant will
fine.
wear it. If I'm honest.
Yeah, the giant's just wanting to learn.
It's at least a 13.
Yeah, roll
Oh.
the D4, Bob, because it's guidance.
Yes, you have guidance for all of these checks.
I'm destining this.
Okay, good call.
Yes, yeah, okay.
You roll the 3. There we
16.
go.
Okay.
16, so 21 and guidance.
There are
23.
23.
Okay. As not only do you have a vision, you have the ability to see it through as your muscles heave and sigh with each hit against the craft. Not as good as your vision, but pretty damn good. As finally, we all know the final component to any good craft is the follow-through. Do you have not only the constitution of mind, but the constitution of body to actually finish the project?
Come on, Zormir.
You
Or
want
are
a
you
con?
going to leave it half finished?
You want a
I
con
feel
save?
So called out, Chris. I feel
Con-
so
You and
called
everyone else, James, being an artist is not unique.
out. Creatives, you understand this. This
Give
section.
me a constitution
Skill
check
checks
for your
for
smith
you.
proficiency.
For all the creative
Oh,
minds.
check.
Go for it.
I was
Yeah,
gonna,
it does.
I was gonna say if it was a save, it'd be even fucking better because I got plus
Nah,
8 with a
Come
save.
on, Bob. Come on, Bob.
Well, I feel like at this point it might have to be a save for just the flavor of it. But no, we're going to stick to check because this is a skill challenge.
Mm.
And a skill challenge is 3 checks.
Come on, Zormir.
Gotta give the skill monkeys something to do outside of combat.
Click it.
It's not rolled yet. There you go.
18.
18.
Mm.
Does this include
Plus-
smithing tools and guidance and all that jazz?
Yes. Yes, so go ahead and roll me your guidance. And
23,
So it's
24, right? Yep, 24.
Well, I'm pretty sure they're all above 20. So with your 3 very successful checks, you not only passed the skill challenge, you passed the skill challenge with excellence.
Yay.
Getting
A+ with a smiley face.
Yeah, you
Nice
get,
stuff.
you
You
get,
get
an A
that,
rank
you get that
in this
rare
game.
beaming like sound effect that Final Fantasy 14 does when you get a quality item. Bing! You have crafted not only a
Zorm's just
standard crafting check,
smiling.
but a quality crafting check.
I
You
would
know when
say
there's that
F
moment
rank,
in
though.
Monster Hunter where you perfectly cook the steak and you just like hold it above your head and cheer?
If you would like to, if you have an idea of what it was you were actually crafting, feel free to give us a description. Otherwise, you can just say you craft something that demonstrates your skill with the armor or technology.
I basically craft a basic greave for his arm that I basically
Oh.
etch
A gauntlet.
the Arcanite into. So basically, by the time I finished it, I say, well, if you stick your arm next to it and concentrate on it, it'll snap to your arm.
Yes.
And no one can remove it after that.
I see, I see. And tell me, the arcane inscriptions on it, is that simply for the attachment process?
Oh, it also allows it to basically, if that part of the arm was damaged, be replaced.
I see.
Self-repairing.
Yes. No, yes, I see. It's quite ingenious, and you've folded in the layers. Well, okay, so the arcane and you see him just kind of mumbling over your craft. He doesn't equip it, he doesn't put it on, but he kind of like hunches over and he's really narrowly looking in. And for a
Has he
moment,
got like the eyeglass that a jeweler would use?
um, only with his raw eyes though, and you kind of see him almost like hovering his hands over as if he's feeling for the sensations of the piece itself. He's not touching it, but he seems to be almost manipulating an invisible essence that you aren't aware of. And for a moment, he is distracted from you as he is peering into the item and mumbling under his breath as his previous comment gives way to giant.
Which you don't understand.
Do you understand giant?
Nope.
Yeah.
As the mumbling and techno babble that he is now spouting to himself as he defaults to his native language is lost on you. What would you like to do in the moment of distraction?
Not bad.
He's analyzing your work.
Unfortunately, I take too much pride in my work, and I'm distracted by my work as well, and basically waiting for him to try it on. like I made this, and he's not. I'm thinking, I could do this, and I've lost myself to the craft thought.
He's also like, fuck yeah, I did it.
Very valid.
Yeah.
All right.
Stunned for one round.
Just a wave of lethargy overwhelms him.
As the moment passes and the Primal Smith finally like kind of not straightens up fully, but kind of like unfully hunches as he kind of turns to you, and you can see there is a spark in his eye, a spark that you know all too well with your high insight, a spark of an idea. You have inspired the Primal Smith.
I knew this was going to happen.
This might be good. He might literally go back to his forge and personally do something. If we're lucky.
Carve out your brain and eat it.
That's also possible.
Yeah, because as we all know, gaining power, they devour Noid souls. I'm looking forward to that.
It could be difficult. It would have to be tempered perfectly, but using a small infusion of iron glass and obsidian iron. It'd have to be heated by primal flame, of course. There's no other way you'd be able to perfect it, especially the infusion. And it would have to have a life of its own to replace the arcane. We can't taint the craft of arcane. No.
I like the ideas. Can we discuss this more?
Perhaps over a drink.
Well, we've lost Zormir to actually Zormir joining the other team out of respect, which no one expected.
Discussing it would be a little above your head. Unfortunately, I don't think you have the necessary technique and knowledge to work with obsidian iron or iron glass or any of or even primal flame. But while you may not be my peer, I'm intrigued by this Noid concept of using iron and metal in new and in interesting ways. I see now why the Republic has such a perverse views in the mind of Noids, using them as almost equals in a way than mere workers. Yes, maybe there is something to be said for the mind of a Noid. Yes.
Zormir
I won't tell anyone, of course. No, God, heaven forbid. Ooh, the generals would never understand. This stays between us and our fellow artisans.
Yes.
Can't expect. Oh, and do not stay away from the trolls. The bureaucrats would never understand. No insight, no idea for something beyond the scope of normalcy.
I do like your ideas and your way of thinking. It's much better than this closed-mindedness.
I think Zormir is going to join the Giants.
You are.
No, Zormir is looking for allies.
You are a spy. A talented spy, but how?
Did Zormir actually say he was a spy?
He kind of got caught trying to steal
Yeah,
something
but did
while
he
invisible.
did he admit he was a spy, or is it just an assumption?
I've not said.
You are a spy. You're a terrible spy. You've been caught straight away, and you're also wearing full metal in a place where we can literally burn metal with a bit of thought.
Hmm.
Yes, no. If you are a spy, it would take me, well, seconds to incinerate you in all that metal.
Oh shit, that's how he spotted you, Zormir.
And
He can just see he's got a metal sense.
Damn
Oh fuck, I've just
Damn it.
realised!
What is your loyalty to your master? What would it take me to steal you away?
I knew it! I knew it!
I mean, I would love to be able to do the skills that you have as well, with the being able to
You have to
learn how to manipulate metal on the primal level. It's fascinating. I love it. It's
I can teach you the technique and craft, but to communicate with the elements is a skill far beyond Noid minds are capable of. You lack the primal sense, you see. No, it is like teaching a blind man to see. It just cannot be done. But I can teach you knowledge. That I can offer.
knowledge for knowledge's sake and trade. Is that?
Well, even our younger of our smiths are unable to communicate properly with the elements. Though some have an innate gift and some show promise, but no, to them they must use primal flame and the use of equipment. No, it is only the forge masters who have truly perfected their craft, and well, of course, the highest rank of primal smith that can manipulate metal in a flame and heat it from simply communicating with the primal essence. You would never rise to the title of forge master, but an apprentice you may be, and maybe even a forge smith, able to, with the use of primal flame and technique, craft, well, maybe not necessarily works beyond imagine, but works of quality nonetheless.
That
Sorry.
does
Yes.
sound very appealing.
This would be an achievement that no Noid before you has ever accomplished.
A chance to actually perfect my craft even further than I have done, even with new techniques.
Even a apprentice Noid would be beyond belief to anyone outside of our organization. Anyone outside of not even our organization, for the bureaucrats and the generals would never understand. No, this would have to be hushed. You would never be recognized by any greater organization within the Primal Monarch. But I can convince my fellow kin. I can convince the artisans, if I show them what I have learned from you, how you may be a valuable source of innovative ideas. That's what we need here in the Forge and the Foundry. New ideas. New challenges to challenge our craft. We've become stagnant in our superiority.
Sounds very exciting.
Yes. But that is what I must know. I must gauge the worth of you, apprentice Zormir. I must know that what I teach you will not be used against the monarchy, will not be used for the benefit of the Republic who covets our knowledge. And for those pesky Empire, the Imperials must also not know. They would never appreciate it, but they seek in their arrogance to usurp our domain of the elements. Pledge this to me, Zormir. Abandon whichever master you have with the Empire or the Republic, and join the monarchy. Well, at least, not necessarily join the monarchy. Like I said, I would never be able to tell anyone outside of this forge about you and about your knowledge, and they would deem you too dangerous. But abandon, at least, and forsake your masters within the Republic and the Empire.
That's a good bet. Do it. Say that at least. You've not got masters in them.
Yeah.
I don't have
Let's just
any.
think of that.
Don't say that straight up.
My
You're a free agent.
My allegiance is to the craft, and I see my craft is appreciated here.
God, he really is going to change sides.
Yeah.
We've lost
Give
him,
me
guys.
a persuasion check with advantage.
Okay.
It's a good answer. So we have to rely on the fact that Gwent can fly the ship now, right?
Yeah, that's what I was asking earlier.
It's almost staying.
Is Gwen proficient?
It's almost staying here, right? And we'll come back and pick you up later.
Ooh.
That's good. 17's good.
Yeah, but I was thinking of the 12. If it was just straight roll.
It's good
I know,
advantage.
it's an advantage. I see. You truly speak truth, don't you, Apprentice Zormir? You're not affiliated with either the Republic or the Empire.
No.
I see. Then, yes. Yes, for this idea that you have given me, such a rare and coveted gift, an idea for a whole new line of work, a whole new project that, yes, I can already envision it.
World.
Fantastic point of view.
Zormir, I will bestow upon you a gift that very few ever receive. Not even the Forge Smiths, and very rarely the Forge Masters are ever, other than very rare scenarios, permitted to see. Do you wish to know what this gift is, Apprentice Zormir?
By all means.
I will
appreciate-
allow you to witness my craft.
Ooh,
That is indeed
an honor.
an honor.
Yes. I will allow you not only to witness my craft, but to do so in the usage of Primal Flame.
Yes! I'm so happy.
Now this must be kept secret from the other apprentice and the other smiths, that they would not understand. Are you able to do the invisible thing again?
Unfortunately not.
No.
Good thing I
I
can.
see.
Give me a couple of minutes.
I'll go and find. No.
Then would you be opposed to me wrapping you up in cloth and carrying you like
Bundle.
in a secreted bundle?
He wants
No.
to put you in his bag.
No, for anything to. I have no problems at all. I do wish to see your masterful hands at work.
Wrap
That's
your
one way of
hands
wording
around
it.
him.
That is crazy.
Sorry, the phrasing is bad, but
Show
that
me
is.
your hands.
Zormir has lost
Inspiration for
it.
going for that.
I mean,
Zarmir has not got
edging
the-
very close.
Zormir has not got to talk to someone he sees as a peer in so long because he's been dealing with Alvina.
It's
He's
been a long time for good old Zormir, hasn't it? A bit of
Yeah.
a dry spell in terms of intellectual.
Yeah, you're not used to dealing with someone who's actually uses a hammer to blacksmith metal, using Alvina, who's using people to blacksmith metal.
he was teaching
known as
the
hammers.
dwarfs. He's being taught something he hasn't.
Yeah.
He hasn't.
They just manipulate it with their hands. They just do it with metal bending, effectively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
So-
fucking cool, by the way.
Oh, I must also ask. Are you affiliated with this? What did they say? The inquisitive breath on envoy that seems to have. I was not aware of any such visit, and as a primal smith, I am aware of all details going on in my forge. I have no doubt it's one of the foreign factions masquerading, and I didn't mean to see to this before you distracted me. Are you affiliated with these individuals, or is this a coincidence, a second infiltration?
Honestly, it could go either way, and it could go quite well. I'm
Well,
not
come
sure.
on.
What?
Well,
Oh,
Apprentice Zormir, are you acquainted with this party claiming to be the Inquisitive Breath?
Okay, I'm gonna flip a coin.
Yeah.
I am doing.
No,
roll,
fair.
roll a d20, see what happens.
Yeah, I could see this going well either way. Or terribly either way. So
Are we choosing violence or are we choosing the right thing?
yay! The Armageddon style.
There. Not choosing violence.
Take the pacifist route.
It's always the pacifist route for some reason. These D2s are loaded.
Pacifist route there. I was told to test you and see how well your security was. That's why I was invisible and tried to take the key. I am merely employed, and I do what I'm told.
Perception check. At
Um,
disadvantage.
Well,
What,
Deception at disadvantage.
deception at disadvantage. Okay. Deception. Where are you?
Yeah, I was
against the knowledge he possesses.
I was expecting you to go, no, this is actually a secret inspection. This was the point.
That's effectively what they're doing.
That's why I said there's a reason there's surprise checks.
13's not terrible.
Yeah,
Apprentice Zormir.
Guidance?
On guidance, I guess.
I think using magic at this point when he's looking at me is not gonna go very well. Because that's a spell.
Explain. You could get away with it when crafting, since that's expected, but not while you're trying to have a social encounter with them. Let me just think of my answer. Guided, pray to the gods above.
Come on!
Help me lie to this
What's that
person.
over
We might-
there?
We might, guys, we might want to destiny him. I don't, because I think I'm going to get called on something later that I want to save mine for.
I don't, because I think this is just funny.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm fine with this.
Apprentice Zormir.
He made us
You-
roll. He has to lie in it.
You have already convinced me you do not work for the Empire or the Republic. But do not try to lie to me that you work for the monarchy. I am well aware that the individuals here are not with the Order of Inquisitive Breath. To do so would be nearly impossible for various reasons. So why, after I have shown you trust, after I have offered to take you in as an apprentice and show you something that such a rare occurrence would ever occur, have you decided to lie to me? You must have your reasons, Omi. I will give you, out of respect for the craft, one chance to tell me the truth.
The truth?
The
He's gonna
truth.
flip on us.
Just Jack Sparrow this shit, dude. Go for it.
All right then.
I confess.
I confess.
You wouldn't.
People out there are from another world entirely. I flew the ship here. I built it, and we crash landed. And we're here to steal your ship.
Not gonna
And you
fucking
still
say
think you're
that.
lying.
But if I was to tell you the truth of how we got here and who we are, I'm not entirely sure you would believe me, even if I did tell you exactly who I am and where I'm from.
Well, why
Because
not
you-
start with telling me why you're in the fort? I don't need the beginning. Why don't you start with the covered piece of story? And then if I have questions, we can work backwards. What are you and your allies doing here?
We jumped down the
What
garbage
is your
chute.
name? What is your quest?
We jumped down the garbage chute, smashed through a
Convince
wall.
me you aren't affiliated with any of the... You're not with the Monstro Guild, are you?
Oh hell no!
I go through the
Oh,
hall
good.
here.
Those coin pinchers are always trying to get our trade secrets.
Gwent's,
So what, you're an unaffiliated party?
Gwent's favour with this guy just shot up rapidly.
I like
Come,
it.
Apprentice Zormir.
I am currently my own affiliate of my own party who is looking to gain allies. To be
gain
honest with you,
ally. To what? To what order?
to make this place a lot better.
Make the
In-
forge?
I
He looks
mean,
around.
no, I'm meaning, I mean Alterra in general.
Alterra? Oh, wait, you trying to destroy the Empire and the Republic? Yes, they are both menaces on the world, aren't they?
Technically.
That is what Fate is trying to do.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, I do. I also believe the world would be better if the monarchy ruled it all.
We'll kill you last then.
It's,
To be
I
honest, a
see
lot of
the
us-
world is in disarray with everyone squabbling and fighting and
Tell it is. The world's going to shit.
The world's crap. We want to make it better.
yes, the world could do with improving, and I'm seeking to make allies. People like-minded actually want to do something better with this planet, or this Dyson sphere, of a world or realms, and quite frankly, I'm appalled at how lack of craft there is in here, in this world, and I have enjoyed what I've seen here, and Zormir is lost to this sort of babbling about how he's impressed with all the fire giants' craft, and just
He's just like, you know what? You guys are better than the current.
And your allies, they share your passion for craft?
Be
Well,
honest,
one-
dude. Be honest,
one
dude.
does.
goodness,
Has he
if
driven
I
your
was-
throat dry?
they had the same passion for craft as me, I wouldn't be staff for this knowledge that you have offered up. They are also free agents that work along
Independent contractors.
independently.
Legitimate businessman.
We're strange.
Gee.
And
By the primal light of flame. This is. Well, I hope you understand, Apprentice Zormir, that while I have given leeway for your presence here, I cannot allow for your party to be wandering around impersonating a high-ranking inquisitive order. Now, what is your loyalty to these parties? I imagine you would be upset if I were to simply incinerate them.
They have skills and talents that I suggest you test the skills and talents.
Oh,
Test the skills.
okay, that's not where I thought you were gonna go.
why?
To
That
see
took a turn.
how
Why?
I'm gonna be honest, Alvina's down, but
Yeah.
so they
what's
can show
Alvina's talent? Violence and eating.
to show that they can be worthy allies as well. I mean, I've shown my talents. I'm sure they will rise to the occasion of their own individual talents.
Zoma, you place me in a difficult situation. I can secret away one apprentice, but to start gathering, even if they are noids, I assume noids of a wild and dangerous nature.
One of them at least.
To do such a thing would be to call into question my own loyalty within the hierarchy. The Lieutenant General is of Titan nobility.
Oh shit.
I am still, by the bounds of the hierarchy, adhered to his orders. And I would never think to go against it. To do such a thing would be to cast shame upon my very essence. No. If your allies wish to ally with the fire giant smiths of Ironcore, only the Lieutenant General could ever agree to such an alliance. As I said, I can secret away one apprentice without keeping it on the radar, but a whole party, that is beyond me. Even in my age, wisdom, and talent.
Well,
So you understand where my options lie to either report them to the Lieutenant General or to remove them from the premise. Now, I may not need to incinerate them. I may be able to get away with simply casting them out of the forge as if they were rodents. Yes, I would never lie to my superior, but it is not a lie to say I've removed vermin from there. Even if you do not consider them such, my superiors would, and that is all that suffices. Maybe you can talk them into leaving Zormir before it threatens action. What do you propose? What do you think?
I do think that would probably be the better option. Me informing them they need to leave before things get a little more dicey, and your generosity is stretched way too thin.
Yes, I did think so.
So you have no problem with me talking to them and convincing them to leave of their own volition?
Yes, it's just about the order in which we do this. How do I know your allies will not steal you from me?
I do not want to be stolen away right now. I want to see your skills and craft in action. I would hit them myself if they stole me away before seeing such an opportunity.
We're not gonna stop you going your own path. Essentially, put it that way.
Yeah.
True.
It'll be like that
And
scene
I-
in Pokemon where Ash says goodbye to Butterfree.
Then I shall set you
What?
free to find your allies and convince them to leave before I have another Smith investigate. In the meantime, I wish to get started on my project, but if I were to retreat into the lower level, you would have no way to follow. Do I wait, but delay my passion to begin this project?
Let's see. Yep, I've got enough left for an expeditious retreat.
I'll be right back.
Cast expeditious retreat on himself, and I'm on my way.
I will stand forth among the northern chamber walls and the northern. I don't know what the fuck you would call this. I don't know, the little building up here in the top right. He says whatever here before the flaming barrier. I will allow 10 minutes of my passion to eclipse before I forget you and retreat within to the lower level. You have 10 minutes, Zormir, apprentice.
Alright. I am using everything and move as fast as I can to find those fuckers.
We're still in going up towards that room, I imagine. So you
You guys had enough time at this point to explore this final room and alcove, which doesn't have anything interesting to note for the adventure-wise.
Okay.
And can eventually find yourself back, eventually by this final entrance way, which is the last thing you have to find.
Yep.
And plus, I think is actually a good meeting point then for Zormir to come
Also-
find you.
Yeah, it kind of works.
On
Fuck
the
you would have
way,
been looking
can I
for
ask-
blood.
Oh, let's do this in order then. I'll go around each person to get what you want to be doing effectively. It's time to up. Fuck you, what were you saying?
Fuck you would have been looking for blood for Zormir.
To find how you're looking for blood. Generally, there's not going to be an open source of blood.
I mean,
Find
he's
what you're
looking.
actually doing.
Fuck,
He's
he's
looking
gonna
for.
cut
Yeah,
somebody.
he's looking around the shelf, see if there's any vials of blood. If not, he's going to be very tempted to cut one of the fire giants.
Alright, well, you get to the tempted stage, for there is no vial of blood lying everywhere.
Oh, there's not a convenient one in the other section where all the dyes are. There's no just jars of blood.
I mean,
No jars of blood. There might just be regular red dye ink, but no blood.
How
In that
good
case,
is
Yeah, but fuck, you could go for
I
that.
was gonna say, how
Yeah.
good at
Blood.
identifying
Like, ah,
it
there,
is fuck
son.
you.
yeah, fuck you would have just grabbed a vial of red then.
Yeah.
Okay, give me an intelligence check to see just how dumb you are.
Natural one.
There was a guy-
Natural one.
There was a
Natural
guy
one.
crushed under an anvil. You tell me.
Yeah, but he
didn't
wasn't
cough up
cut.
blood at
He
one
was
point.
being bludgeoned.
Dirty
Yeah, but
20.
he didn't cough up blood at one point.
Damn it.
I'm sorry, fuck you. Unfortunately, because you are a murder hobo machine, you are
You know what
unable
blood's
not to
like.
distinguish the difference between blood and red ink.
Wait
Oh,
a minute.
Oh,
How dumb do you think Zormir is?
Yeah. Fuck you has just still gotten a vial of blood, and he's going to try convince Zormir it's blood.
All right, fair. You could just do.
Zormir's gonna be like, what the fuck are
Oh,
you giving
alright.
me this for?
Yes,
Fate,
we are.
what did you want to do?
The seal that was it Fukyu and Gwent picked up. I'd like to ask them to have a look at it.
There was a couple because they just have a collection of the seals. Each one of them are identical, and since you're all allies, and I'm just going to assume you do so, you can have a quick look at the seal. It looks to be the mark of Iron Core.
Iron Core. So we could forge documents or armor with that.
Yes, that was the plan.
Perfect.
Oh, I've got an idea.
And turn more turn factions into people.
Roughly how many seals do I have?
Well, they had half a dozen there, so like 6. So did you want to take all?
Yeah, you would have taken all of them.
Mine!
Into the bag of holding, they go.
Fucking seals.
I'm just imagining somebody like, oh, I forgot we talked about this. Return the seals when you. Oh, but I gotta go figure out where they are now. They'll be on somebody's desk.
Who's seen seal 549?
Yeah. We need it for documentation.
Who was the last one to sign it out?
Yep.
Gwen, did you want to do anything before we transition to the party meeting up?
Just side-eyeing, trying to see where Zormir is.
That's fair. That's fair. Lou, would you like to do anything?
Hello, didn't he get a choice?
I'm just waiting to see what transpires.
That's fair. As the party eventually comes back out of exploring the north section and comes down to this final section you've not explored, you see two, or what appears to be large, tall obsidian iron walls, a contrast to the dark stone masonry of the rest of the foundry. The entire, what appears to just be almost like a little hut in the middle of it. There's no windows or anything. It's just large cube, for all intents and purposes, about 60 feet tall and maybe about 40 to 50 foot long. On the 3 edges that you can see where there's just black, it is just nothing but obsidian iron wall. Warm to the touch, but it seems to just be a room temperature to the rest of the constant, just ringing and humid nature of the room. But as you kind of loop around to this one section where there's a door, you see what is a massive wall of what appears to be living flame. It is obscured, and you can kind of see vague shadows on the other end, but not enough for the sake of any teleportation magic, as the living flame appears to just be almost swaying and dancing. It has a solidness to it and a heat to it, not burning, but hot to the touch. It can get uncomfortable after a couple seconds, but it appears to be a living flame similar to the living flame box that you got. At this time, Zormir, you have no trouble finding the party standing out. Also, directly behind you as you're looking at this doorway is just the thundering of a lava waterfall hitting in, and you can see now that you're kind of glancing down into it. There's a slight lip and a little bit of a raisedness to the platforms just above this pool of lava. Because what it is just pool of lava. You can see movements of and the occasional rising and dipping in and out of what appear to be red glowing lava sharks.
Okay.
No,
Alvina's eyes are gleaming. We don't have a way to transport a lava shark. What are you talking about?
As well as, since you would have to have passed it coming down south, you would have gone a glance at this large northern crystal with what appears to be three-headed red pyrohydras wading through the water. Their heads just sticking out above it.
That's the thing Alvina's more staring at.
With Alvina kind of eyeing that and eventually being forced to the party to look at the doorway, Zormir, you're able to come up to the party as you're all stationed kind of roughly in this area. You all over here. Oh, I'm sorry. Somebody pushed the apprentice into lava.
I did it!
We can
And the
see what the
sharks
lava
on
sharks
land!
can do now.
They're on land!
Get out of there! You're not allowed in there. Alvina, get out!
I'm not in the
They're no
water.
longer invisible. I mean, I knew as soon as you became visible. I just didn't want to warn the others.
Oh.
Sorry. Yeah. That was a thing about 20 minutes, 20,
About
Half
25
an
minutes
hour.
ago.
25 minutes, half an hour ago, he became visible.
Have you got the key to the elevator?
Yes, did you get the key? I
No.
presume since you're visible and not dead, and
No.
also
Shush.
not being
Shush.
shaved.
Listen to me. You need to leave now. I have gained favor with the floor master, but if you linger, I showed my craft.
Okay.
If you
You
linger
showed
any longer, he
your
knows
craft.
that he's not of here. Well, he knows you're not of the what you're trying to.
Dragon people.
You're not trying to pretend to be.
Shit.
He knows
But he's
we're
not.
who
Wait,
we
but
say
he's
we
not.
are.
But he's not alerted anybody.
Not yet, and he's
Okay.
out of.
Do you know?
Thanks.
Do you know where the
Thanks.
primordial fire is?
Unfortunately, know where you're going to get to, but I will.
Okay.
I have to stay here because I'm going to be
I have
shown
a
his.
new job.
Sorry, what now?
I need to stay here for now because I have gained the favor of the floor master,
You
and
said
he's
that.
going to show me his craft.
Crossbow!
I slap you in the face.
Ow!
What?
I want to insight on Zormir, even though I know he's telling the truth. I want to insight.
How long will you be staying here? Should we progress to the upper levels and wait for you up there? And if so, how long do we wait? How do you not know that this floor master will not grow tired of you and simply dispose of you after a fashion?
Bagsy the ship!
We can't just Bagsy a ship.
I Bagsy the ship. I call Bagsy. It's mine now.
No, you crash landed in my world. It's now mine.
No, it's my ship.
It goes to the fucking
Sorry, no,
goblin,
that's
and
not-
then the
that's
person who can
mistake.
fly it. When you have
Sorry.
learned.
Never mind. That's not something I would say. That's something the professor would say.
Yeah.
I rescind it.
What?
How long should we wait for you, Dr. Zormir?
I don't know. This is all fucking a mess.
now. I decide.
Zormir, Alvina's been like quite quiet while doing this whole rant. She's just staring at you. You're gonna meet up with us
Oh.
later, right?
I hope so. I'm trying to gain an ally here.
At least, do me this as a favor. Keep yourself alive, and I'm gonna take a bunch of jars out. Get these back to me as before we leave. You know how long we've got
How long?
before the ship?
Wait,
No, she's
how
like
long did-
indicating. She's
long-
indicating you.
How long did he say before he would actually come out to?
No,
Yeah,
not that. As in the ship. As in the thing.
He's
we're
going to be
trying
there in 5 minutes. The ship will be there in
Tomorrow.
less than 24 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Roughly
that's what
24
I'll
hours.
be.
You're not actually sure if it's going to arrive. It's going to arrive tomorrow, but you're not sure if it's morning, evening, or afternoon.
Tomorrow.
just making sure.
Did they not give like LB in between this time and this time?
Yes, midnight
No.
today
No,
and
they're-
midnight tomorrow.
It will arrive on the 14th day of the season,
Make it slightly more
between,
realistic.
between morning and nightfall.
Isobina's like staring at you. She's handed you the jars
Mm-hmm.
that aren't full of imics. All the remaining jars.
Yeah.
Dude. You know where the chip is?
I haven't gained any of that information other than we know roughly where it was, but I
Just making sure you remember that it's tomorrow. Right?
guess.
get back to us before we leave, okay?
I'm going to try, but it's going to be a very tricky process of not
Well,
lying.
if you can't get back to us tomorrow, and we have to go, get back to us. You hear me?
I will do my best. I
She
can only do.
She stretches her arm out in like a proper like forearm hug, like the handshake.
The
Like
handshake.
the forearm, the bro handshake. You know the one.
The Predator one.
Yeah, that one.
And
He's safe.
Fucky's going to hand a vial to Zormir. Here's your blood.
I know that's not blood.
It's blood.
And I didn't ask you for it.
You asked for
I
blood.
needed
Here's
it
the
for
blood.
I didn't even. When did you contact me?
When I asked you earlier where you were.
You...
It's a 24
shit! You
deception.
said oh shit! I did vaguely felt I had your voice in my head. Damn it! I was busy in the craft. Sorry.
It's blood. Here you go.
Whatever. Pockets the damn vial.
Just take it. Like, thanks.
An avocado. Thanks.
Brent, do you know enough to fly a ship?
Put a potion of healing in your hand, and then I slap you again and I walk away.
Oh, I can fly it. Don't worry.
You'll be fine.
I can help him. I'm not the worst at it.
Dr. Zormir.
I can fly it. Landing's the issue.
Keep
Tomorrow
Gwen
we
safe,
ship this
whatever.
around.
Of course.
James,
Oh,
you,
we
you
already
need
know
to, you
we've
need
got
to
to
turn
keep
your
Gwen
microphone.
safe.
Yeah, James, you need to turn your microphone up because you are very quiet.
It's just the voice.
Yeah, James's actual volume is actually fine. He just
Yeah.
dips. They just dip
Yeah.
down for the voice a bit. It's not really the
You
issue.
really should have. I mean, you can evolve your voice. You can make it like stronger, more louder.
Up your bass. But yeah,
Yes.
at least get me those as quickly as possible. And she's got a big, you know, the shit-eating grin that Alvina has, which is very similar to my one in real life.
Coincidentally.
Coincidentally, all my characters have the same grin, even if they're not got the same shaped face.
It's all in the mouth.
Yeah.
So I mean, no.
Oh no.
But yeah, stay safe, bud.
I will, but you need to move.
How do we get out?
We need to use a lift.
Because our entrance wasn't exactly the best.
How do we use the lift if we've not got the key?
Shit, I'm going to have to call in a damn favor to get out of here, aren't I?
Well, if he says we've got to get out of here, I'm assuming that he's got a way for us to get out of here.
I mean, I can fly, and I could probably take the point with me at most.
As long as he believes that you're going to leave,
We will
and
leave.
do so,
We will leave.
I'm sure he'll allow you to leave.
Okay?
As long as we can get directions.
Just go and grab him. Just go get him quick, and we'll leave.
I will go back to him because obviously.
Tell him we'll leave, but we need directions.
We need a way to get out because we can't get back.
As soon as you're gone, I'm going to turn to the others and say, directing Alvina, because like you've known him the longest, right? Is that the canon?
I don't think I ever known the longest. They just kind of get each other and like they come from opposite angles, but they actually understand each other.
It might have been fuck you who just wandered onto the ship.
Yeah, because Alvina's not been
That
adventuring.
actually wouldn't be surprising.
It would
It would either be Fukyu or Lu, since they're from Eros, like Zormir, whereas
certainly to
Alvina is
you
from
three.
Fantasia.
Yeah, certainly to you three then.
Could
I
have
would
been
direct-
Lou
I
after
would say-
Lou,
We'll go with
not
Lou.
long after Lou came out
Yeah.
of the cult.
Sure.
We'll go with Lou.
You've the three of you.
Oh, and Steve.
You've traveled
Poor
So-
Steve.
for a long time.
Yeah.
Has he gone like this before?
He's gone off knowledge, and he's always turned up again.
in
I
can imagine.
situations this dangerous, with stakes this high, with
Stakes-
deadlines this tight.
Stakes
This one's
similar.
slightly more dangerous and higher.
Stakes similar. Danger not quite as much, but he's done crazy stuff for knowledge before, and I trust the guy.
Do you believe he'll come back?
Yes.
It's not a matter of trust. It's
Yes.
a do you believe he can survive this?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolute is in
And-
there's absolution in Alvina's
He's
voice.
always come back from his knowledge strips before.
Yep.
Fade nods. Then we go.
Mhm.
He'll be fine.
Yep.
And I'm more telling myself and Gwen
Yeah.
this than anyone else.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look-
Alvina 100%
Gwen.
believes, and if anyone is like doing like an insight on her, she absolutely 100% believes he will be fine and he will get back to us eventually. It might not be like within the deadline, but he'll get back to us.
Sort of more looking at Gwen. He'll be fine.
All right.
They were not the lava sharks.
He's got plenty of company.
Holy shit, are those lava sharks?
Yeah, they're adorable. I wish I could keep one.
Can I
All
start
right. So what are
scanning?
you actually doing? You gonna ask the primal smith to get them out of this level, or?
That's what Zormir is doing. We're basically we're trusting on Zormir to be able to get us out, but we're going towards what we assume is the lift.
Yeah.
I
So
assume-
we're maintaining our disguise until we get out of this level,
fair.
right?
Yeah.
Zormir is
No
able to
reason to break
easily
it now.
run back, assuming Zormir wants to, and ask a final favor of the primal smith, who will roll his eyes and go.
Do we want to leave, but we can't?
Hey,
"Oh,
dude,
this
you
is
want us
a
out?
troublesome apprentice.
They agreed to leave, and I trust them.
Step onto the platform, and I will teleport you up to the higher level.
Yes. Trust the charlatan.
Yep.
Zormir, you stay here by my side.
Drag me out of the...
Yeah, Alvina
I
just.
can't find myself in amongst the names right
I think you've been moved out.
now.
Lou Graham,
Nope.
Primal Smith.
Alvina, Faye,
Abby.
Gwen.
You're not in
fuck
here.
you. Yeah, can't see your name.
I moved myself up that way. Have I
Maybe
been-
maybe you're stuck in someone.
You might be on. Oh, there you are.
You know,
Yeah.
right?
There's wide Zormir. Yeah, Alvina, without a hint of face, just dead eyes at the Primal Smith.
Right, well, I'm going to teleport you away now because this one has a funny stare.
It's just boring into his head.
Is there that much silence? Is there a full 4 or 5 seconds of silence before he says anything?
Probably.
I like
Lock
to think
eye.
there is.
Just
Lock
locked
eyes.
eye.
Why
The
is
guy
she
just
staring at me
quiet
like that?
back down.
Fuck you does the baby Groot just waving at them.
Yeah.
Would Alvina and fuck you not be so mesmerized by him?
No, he's a giant.
Yes.
We've seen giants. He's not actually fire.
Beard's on fire.
No, he's not. He's a
No,
giant.
Isn't it? I thought his name was Firebeard.
No.
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 No, you're
Elder
thinking of
That's,
the
Arisag.
that's
movie.
the warden from Deepwell.
That's the wrong. That is a dwarf in a different area.
This is Elder Arisag.
Cinderbeard.
Do you know
That
how,
fuck he's
how much I've
infatuated
got
with.
in my brain right now?
Not much.
Excuse
Apparently
me for
too much.
thinking all the similar named characters.
And I'm able to distinguish him.
Oh no,
Oh,
man!
you're
I
sick.
feel
You're
like
just imagining
Arizag is a
Treebeard
vastly
on
different
fire.
name than Cinderbeard.
Yeah.
Do I have level 1 on this? I don't have level
I
1
don't
on
know, honestly. We just kind of skipped a few stages.
Yeah.
Thanks to a
Yeah.
lava worm.
Thanks to us
Diving in.
RKOing a guy down a bin.
Yeah, but the lava worm like took the last 10 feet of wall away. And we were
Into
like,
here.
oh fuck.
They didn't have stairs on this. I just trying to think where he would send you, assuming because he doesn't know how you got in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who's gonna tell him?
Nobody.
Exactly.
I mean, do you
He's-
have
he's got-
somewhere like a just town centre?
Like
or
a front
something?
door?
Yeah. Front door, town
If you
centre.
probably a teleporter on like the probably on like well actually would the exit level be the ship level?
That's what I'm thinking. It's either that I'm trying to think of because I don't actually put in a level for like because they do the ship level is at the back of the building, in that like the part of the mountainside is cleared away into like a ship port, but they do have an exit and entrance to the valley, where Iron Core is at the bottom of. I'm just trying to think what level that would be on. I guess no, because one overlooks it all. It'd have to be a lower level. Like
It could
4?
be.
We'll go for mid-level.
Well, right. He could think that we might have got in like as stowaways. That's a feasible way we got in. So we might kick us
Yeah,
out.
I'm just gonna send you up to the highest level of the ship dock because that just makes sense to me. I don't want to think about where.
Yeah. Where else we're
There's
gonna rob?
there's a whole other part of this complex that leads out into the valley that isn't on the maps that we're just not gonna think about for right now.
We'll go to the ship level, and if later we want to go and rob a different level, we'll tell you.
Are we going to be escorted, or is he taking it on blind
He's wanting to keep it
faith?
secret. He wants to keep it secret, so.
Oh yeah, he's literally just going to step on it to activate the thing, which I guess it
So
could play
blind
into
faith
later.
it
So I'm not
is.
gonna tell you how the teleporters work. He's just gonna step
That's
on it to
fair.
activate it and then just send you away.
It's basically
I was
not
just
his
wondering
problem
if he
anymore.
was- I was just wondering if he was going to make sure that we left.
No, he doesn't want anything to do with this because then he has to report it.
Yeah. He doesn't want to go up the chain. He wants
And-
not my problem. Someone else can deal with it.
Yeah, and then he has to explain Zormir, who he's trying to keep secret. So anyway, for now, you get teleported up to the Iron Landing level, which is level 0 technically. And we are going to take a quick 5-second break there, so I can go get some refresh my water and stuff, and we can all take a break. And also because apparently I need to load the last map, which I haven't actually uploaded to Roll20 ahead of time. I thought I had done them all, but no. So
You
I'll let my
expect us
internet
to
go.
get locked in a room again, I see. I closed the door. That'll keep him busy
Yes,
for 2 hours.
5-second break there. Go do stuff, everyone. I'll be back in a moment.
I've already actually taken my break earlier, so.
Yeah, quick, you ran away and pissed up the wall.
But yeah, so congrats, Zormir. That is the good ending for your character, possibly. We might never get you back.
Yeah, you know what? If this were a Telltale game, like you wouldn't be you wouldn't be the protagonist, but you would have left the protagonist.
Zormir is the new Steve.
Has anyone else watched like The Quarry or what was that old the game with the Wendigos?
No, I
What was
don't.
it called? Until Dawn.
What is a Wendigo?
Watch Until Dawn. Watch someone play through Until Dawn.
There's a film that's got a Wendigo in it.
I'll see if I can find a picture and I'll put it in Discord. But basically,
Please don't, because it's probably a horrific thing and it won't let me sleep. Please don't put Wendigos in.
I'll put a cute picture of a Wendigo.
No. How about no?
Soften the blow.
I've had so many nightmares recently of things you guys have posted.
Isn't that
Fucking
Chupacabra?
gifs and memes.
No, that's a Wendigo.
There you go.
Basically,
they
a
don't look
Wendigo
like
is a
that.
I love
skinwalker.
that.
Yeah, they don't look like that in the game, but I did find a gif of it in the game. That's kind of horrifying. Basically, the ones in the game look like a skinned human with fangs.
Yeah.
So I put that one in because it's an adorable one. But basically,
Wendigos are basically skinwalkers.
Kind of, yeah. But basically, they're cannibalistic. That's their big thing. That kind of game, like The Quarry and Until Dawn, it has like certain objectives that if you complete them, a character has survived the night, essentially. And they don't have a chance. So he's almost just fucked off, and he's just going to be around, but we don't deal with him for a bit because until the end of the game, which it turns out he's been arrested or something, probably. But yeah, that's fun. Zormir, you'll either die or you'll come back with all the knowledge that we need. Also, you better fucking come
What better
back.
way to go?
Also, you better fucking come back at least to deliver me my freaking my primal fire.
How did they end up made?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Zormir wasn't here, but
Yes, I will come back with all the knowledge.
And the fire.
Don't forget
And
the
the
fire.
I think they've got 4 jars there. If you put that on yours, you've got the 4 primordial fire jars.
Okay.
They're empty.
How many limbs do we think Zormir's going to lose?
At least his final leg. I think he'll lose his other leg.
And
No,
what
no, no,
kind
I
of
reckon
potion did
2.
you hand me?
The potion healing.
For
Just a standard
it was
healer.
4
healing
vials.
potion.
Oh yeah, and you've got a vial of red.
Yes.
You could
Nah,
tell
he's
him
got
it's a
vial
healing
of blood.
potion.
Blood quotation marks.
Yes.
Quote unquote blood.
Wait a minute. Did you not hear me for a while or something? Did I have myself muted for
We think you were muted for a little while, yes. Well,
it?
don't worry about it. But yeah, you've got all that. I've not given you the eggs. The eggs we're keeping. But you do have all the not Imix-filled jars, which we expect back soon. Which is that's the main reason, honestly, that Alvina is convinced she'll come back, because she doesn't think that Zormir won't fulfill the obligation. Essentially, like you'll be dead as a ghost, and it will deliver the jars. Is what she's convinced. So you'll definitely come back. Whether you're alive or not is another matter. But she knows you'll come back. Alive is preferable.
Come hell or high water, you'll deliver those vials.
You will
one
give
way
me
or
that
another.
fire. Yeah, honestly, that actually went probably about as well as we could have possibly gone.
Yeah.
Possibly
I
better.
mean, that many, yeah.
Yeah.
See, I'll be
Said it
honest,
before.
it's the first time I've noticed Zormir's last name, Escar. I thought he was Cowman.
I thought
No,
it
it
was
was-
Escobar for a good long while.
I for a good while thought it was Esquire.
He's not in the drug cartel unless he's undercover.
Yeah, we don't know.
He was undercover.
That's what I'm saying, unless he was undercover, because, you know, he's an investigator.
Also, here's the thing, by the
Dirty
way.
cop.
Here's the thing, by the way, guys. The Smith is the Primal Smith is the only one who knows that we're full of shit and not actually dragons.
Mhm.
So we continue to just milk this con,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
right?
Because
We're going to continue dragging
he's not
him
going
away
to say
through
shit.
get caught. Yeah. We're not going to get caught. Until we get caught, I'm a dragon.
And
And you are my minions, essentially.
if we see any guards at the landing dock, we're just
Stay away from
leaving.
troll. Your
No, wait,
best.
no, here's the thing. We're the inspectors.
Yeah, and
You
we're
work
just
for the
leaving.
Smith! No, we're not even leaving. We're here to inspect the shipyard.
Yeah, but when
Wait,
we get to the
Do we
landing
need to sneak
dock,
onto the ship?
Oh yeah, we just go.
Yeah.
We'll take this
Well,
ship back.
I was thinking of, like, we could wait close by, you know, maybe get a long rest.
No, yeah, our
If it's not going to be till tomorrow that the ship
that's
gets
the
here,
thing. That's the
so
thing.
we can sneak onto the ship and
Here's
then
the-
be
Holy
nice
shit.
and-
We know about it. That's our exit.
Yeah. Oh my
That's
god.
we just say.
This is great.
Yeah,
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 we're
she
saying,
fucking works.
and we've. Oh my god! Tonight we can totally forge a fucking
Documentation!
letter of
Yep.
recommendation saying yeah. I the
Yes,
head
before
of the
we go
Smiths,
to
and we
sleep.
got his name. Like
Does
we
it?
could even if we even got his name, so it'll be like yes,
Yeah.
I head of the Smithing Guild do hereby recognize they have inspected our
Yeah.
forge. They will
And
be
everything is up
inspecting
to
shipments.
standard.
Everything was
Holy
exemplary.
shit.
It was fantastic quality.
Oh,
Yes.
God.
Is anyone
As soon as
proficient
Chris said
in...
we're going to the landing dock,
Who's got forgery
Yeah.
kit?
Is anyone
Someone
proficient
has.
in forging?
me,
Yes!
I do.
Who does?
I know this
All the
party.
guidance.
Someone has forgery tools here.
I think Assassin must as well.
I also just realised
me.
something.
Probably does, but
Gwent, do you have forge?
as Assassin's not here.
No,
I've also
Luke-
noticed some.
Because you said, I mean, and I thought, wait, Gwent doesn't, does he?
I've also
Because
noticed
of new
something, by the
identity.
way, that'll be kind of handy. You know what Alvina has proficiency with? A disguise kit.
Killing. Oh. Yeah,
I
we-
also
we
have-
We'll
mentioned
find
that
a
before.
quiet. We'll find a quiet corner and make me look more dragony.
Guys, let's just rent a room at a hotel.
Let's rent a room on this. They've got to actually, if they have inspectors, and that's the thing that anyone could buy at all, they might actually have a room here. Do we want to try and bluff our way into being actually for the
Yes.
Actually, no, because that'll get someone actually important to come.
That's true.
Let's use it to move between places and just not interact with anyone higher
I
up.
mean,
Or if someone's higher up, hopefully not.
if we know there's a place here that we could rest, I could cast suggestion on whoever.
Or
You wouldn't be doing that. You'd be forging.
Yeah, you do the forgery. If we actually have the documentation, people are gonna like
Mhm.
lower end officials are gonna just go. I guess.
See where we've got the seals. Is it kind of like a credit card that we can just place a seal on? Or
Let's not
stamp a seal
abuse
onto,
that.
like a hotel thing, and so the forge pays for hotel rooms.
No, I imagine
room service.
No, we just say we've got a, if we have to pay for things like that, we just say the invoice has already been sent, basically. Like it's already being dealt with. We're not the ones. We're here. Also, I could literally even
we
grumble.
could probably make the own fucking invoice.
Yeah, I could literally grumble about it if anyone asks, because we could basically go, I'm a low-ranking dragon that fucked up or done something, which is why I'm on this job.
Send bill it to the whatever Radiant Empire.
But surprise inspection, we get a discount.
I don't think we get a discount for it. It's surprise inspection. Now let's.
No, for inspection
no
you
such
don't
thing.
pay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
We're gonna make it a thing.
It's like there's a bill for things that is just been sent already. It's not our business. Our bosses are dealing with that. Essentially.
Yeah,
but
and the thing
here's
is,
our actual
if they already have the documents that have been sent, as in like what we send are replicas, it was an admin error.
Kinda.
Dude, there are no documents.
Yeah, that's how it's an admin error.
Yeah, if they have documents saying the inspection's coming tomorrow.
Somebody in admin fucked up.
Yeah, it's like someone just messed up. It's supposed to be today.
Can you imagine though if we turned up and it's like, oh, the inspector, you were here yesterday. Wait a minute.
You're a different inspector. Look. Oh, wait a minute.
We're the real inspector. No. That must have been annoyed in disguise
as a dragon. No, literally
you need to put out an APV.
No, literally go with the one of just. Alvina just the very just like depressed sounding. It's like, Mum, this is a job. My mum put me on it. She's higher up than me. This is a punishment. Like full on angsty kid, because I don't think as
my mum caught me smoking.
Mom caught me burning down like an area or some some slaves that just displeased me, but they didn't actually do anything wrong. Then she act like bratty teen. Essentially, and they'll go, nah. They might look down on me a bit more, but that means we get less suspicion.
I'm not dealing with this damn brat.
You're not. You don't have to deal with this at all. But yeah, if we just play it up like I don't want to be here, essentially. Also, would let us get away with any like. I
don't want to be here, but I have to be here.
Yeah. Also, would probably let us get away with any slight like fuck ups that I may have.
It's like, it's fine, just as long as you go.
Just get it done.
It's gonna be fine. Just fuck off.
Ah, so you're an unrefined.
Angsty teen.
Yeah.
Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to be that refined. I'm refined as in I'm cocky, because I'm a red dragon. But there's a level of dignity. But I can be just bitter, as well. That kind of works. Yeah, pride has been slighted.
Just be yourself.
Kinda, yeah. I'll be Alvina.
Play Alvina playing a dragon.
Yeah.
Alvina, but not Alvina.
Alvina with more angst.
Play a human guy in the real world playing an elf woman in a fantasy world playing a dragon.
Playing a human man in the real world. Yeah. Perfect.
Let's see your performance check.
It's a simple
Let's inception this shit.
Oh yeah, performance.
I think honestly, I don't think I could play a normal human in the real world.
Get the point to do that.
That's gonna be the hardest one.
That's true.
The point is plus 12 in performance.
I have a 4, and I'll take that 4.
I have a plus 5. That's why I'm saying the point. Like, he's got a plus 12 in performance.
Yeah, if we find like a quiet corner with just a disguise kit, make me look a little more dragony.
Yeah. It's like
Nothing
you
obvious,
can
like
borrow my disguise kit.
I've got one. I've got disguise kit.
Yeah.
You've got
Fair enough.
like,
If you need any more of something,
I need more red.
yeah.
just grab my disguise kit.
We've
got,
used all the
um,
red paint, Alvina. Where are we going to get more red paint? Oh,
Wait a minute.
Steal
No.
it from
Wait a
Zormir
minute.
just before we leave.
No, here's the thing.
wait, fuck you. You picked up a vial of red, right? Nah, give it to Zormir.
No, here's the thing. Who's got a needle and can put tattoos on?
I
have a dagger.
I'll take it. Right. 10 portions red arcanite dust.
I mean, I
Is this
think
going to be a snack?
I think you can
No.
inscribe. I think you can inscribe tattoos, can't you? If you have proficiency with it. Isn't that a thing?
I don't know.
The only one who I know who'll be able to inscribe stuff on you is the point.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't have to be actual inscribed tattoos. It can literally just be patterns. Because I'm a dragon, I can look literally whatever
It's
I want.
scarification.
But it's also who's got the most dexterity to be able to give you a nice pattern who doesn't have inscription.
Yeah. It'll be fine.
But
I'll have a bit on my skin.
Isn't assassin quite dexy?
I think fuck you is as well. Actually, don't you
Oh,
have a
yeah.
dex?
Just hold
Plus
still,
3, yeah.
and I will write draconic runes on you, like we've been doing the whole time.
It
No, we
might
actually
hurt a
don't.
little
honestly,
bit.
Honestly, we don't need to. I don't think. This is the true shit talking. We'll be fine, just make me look more dragony. I think it's more suspicious a dragon walking around with the words on them is more suspicious than just someone who looks kind of fucked up and weird. And it's like,
Wait a
yeah,
minute.
I've seen dragon just looking strange.
I can
Is
read
Chris-
draconic.
is Chris
That
back
says
from
fuck
break
you.
Chris is back now.
Cool.
Excellent.
Oh,
Have the,
shut up.
Have the thing worked? The upload?
No.
Okay.
So no upload for you guys.
Right.
God, I even
Oh,
left it to run while I.
we go. It's fine, we don't need it yet. We're just going up to that top level.
Yeah, it's fine. It's a simplistic enough map, so I'm just gonna put it on the curio. You know what? No, let's just leave it on level 5 for now, and I'll post the map in the Discord. And unfortunately, the audience won't get to see the beautiful map. But here you go. This is what you see. It's a very. For those watching at home, it's just a room filled with market tents, and a second section that is just a very rudimentary
Shitpot.
car park.
Car park,
ships.
yes.
Subscribe to our. Subscribe.
Yeah, but
Subscribe to
nobody
our.
knows what a shipport actually looks like.
almost
It's
said
car
it.
park ship.
It's
Patreon.
essentially a big helipad.
No, it's a hangar from Star Wars.
Yeah.
Just with different shaped ships.
We also don't have a Patreon, but if you'd like to buy us a coffee, we do have a buy us a coffee link down below.
Yep. And if,
Or at least down below on the Alterra
Maybe
chat.
a tea
if you
or
want
hot
to, if
chocolate.
you want to send me a
No,
subscription,
we don't
you
have a
can down below.
Patreon, James.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
If you
do.
want- No, we don't.
I've been trading under
We
Alterra
do not have a
LLC for
Patreon.
years.
That's someone else's Patreon.
Oh.
Also,
Okay.
here's the thing. If anyone wants to look at it, go to my stream because I just opened the Discord link in my. This is what the shipboard looks like, guys.
Been stealing away our audience of, I'm pretty sure, the same people.
Most likely.
Yes.
No,
They're all
our
playing
audience.
tonight.
Ah.
Yeah, I've opened up
I
on
mean-
the stream as well, so.
How you doing, Sheepbeard?
I just lost a viewer by putting this. Wow! Apparently they don't like your art, Chris.
It's
No, that was me.
They're a way to design a better one.
Honestly, I quite like it. Though.
yeah, it's
nice.
very high def. That's
Yeah.
probably why you can upload it.
Yeah.
What,
Yeah, I
that
don't think
one
I
of
resized it
Holt?
properly.
Oh.
The one that Chris has just put on Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll close it now because I can't actually see the dice roller. Well, that's up. But that's what it
That's
looks like, guys.
cool.
You held up for long enough. Remember,
What's the pit? What's the pit of smoke?
that is smoke.
Yeah, no shit. What is it?
Smoke.
That'll
what
be
do
the
you look like?
smoke
What
coming
I'm
up from the
what I'm
forge.
fucking asking.
Yeah.
That's that you hit the nail on the head. That's what I'm asking. What
Each
is
of
it?
these levels has a
It's the
massive
steam
hole
bath,
through the
you know,
whole
it's the
thing. What
sauna.
do you mean? What is it?
It's a
It's the
volcano.
smoke rising from the forge.
It's literally a chimney.
Yeah.
Ah, chimney. Okay.
There's a giant balcony opening in the center of all these levels that sees all the way through down to the lowest level at the forge.
And you do remember heat rises.
Yeah. And,
Yeah,
What?
each of the
No,
levels
it
is a
doesn't.
ring.
and also, the Smiths really don't want to be covered in just smoke. Like the fire giants, they don't like being like blinded by smoke. That's just inconvenient.
Heat doesn't rise.
What does it do then? Do the cha-cha slide and I'll take it. Yeah, sure, we'll go with that.
To the left.
I don't know what I was going to say because I just kind of let my head tell me that. And I went, what the fuck, brain?
Like, Superman!
And then go up the way.
I need a drink. Give me a second.
I think I broke the wolf.
Right.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Zormir. I've broken your wolf. What do I mean? I mean Bob. Bob, I've broken your wolf.
Yep.
No, it's not mine.
Right? No.
This is phone free agent.
Yep. And if you want to peg as free agent, don't forget to subscribe down below.
Oh,
Because he's the goodest of boys.
Yes, I am. At least at Spirit World Laugh I am.
but after dark, ooh, you best believe he bad. Oh,
Yeah.
That's an LT.
Yep.
ah,
And we can
Yeah,
try
that
and
ain't
continue
larp.
this.
someone
Shall we
has-
continue this game of D&D?
yes, someone has the stream open. Who's echoing it?
That's an excellent question. Who is echoing?
I mean, it could just be echoing through Chris's microphone again.
I have the stream open, but it's muted.
You're
Mind you.
triggering a little bit there, Chris. But
That might be moving around. Like a lot of people just flash and there's no noise. So
yeah.
like if I just move like a bit, it quite often will light up. So
I mean, I've got fairly decent like noise cancelling on my mic, so it should only pick me up.
mine's broken. but it's, but I
Yeah.
have everything else muted.
When
So-
you said broken, then I heard it through Chris's mic, and I just heard myself then as well.
That's funny, because I heard you as well.
Why are you guys so loud? My microphone is quite far away. Stop.
You're
I think you're in
It's
the
also
middle.
breaking.
I think you need to invest in a standalone mic.
They are good, and you can get some quite cheap that are decent.
Mhm.
I wish I could tell you what mine was, because mine was great for so many years before it broke, and it was dirt cheap.
Could you establish how you broke it first?
Oh, I know how I broke
So,
it. I blew
Chris
it
knows
out.
not to do that.
Don't sneeze with enough force to shatter glass. Would be my advice, because that's what broke it. I blew it out.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah, you ready, Chris? By the way, we've been vamping.
I think Chris is dead.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
No.
Was it?
He's
There
just
we
been
go.
revivified. Hey.
That's probably why everything's broken.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah, there we go.
I should probably copy and paste your things over.
Yeah, where
But
actually
not
is
me.
our- Yeah,
But
where's,
not me.
where's the teleporter on this one? That's a good question.
I didn't actually include it on this one. Just assume it's just off this bottom right,
Okay.
because they're all level with each other.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah,
Oh,
that makes sense.
I'm also not going to try and load the map with dozens of Agirs and Fire Genasi servant and slaves to like each Azir trading. There's also a couple foreign races, since this is a open marketplace that anyone who is not hostile with the monarchy can dock at. So there's a lot
It's
of
fair
independent
trade.
factions here.
Mhm.
Yeah. It is a monarchy
We support
dock.
fair trade.
And this is where a lot of the neutral factions, as well as Monstro, you have your Monstro Guild faction at the top north here, will come to do their trading for irons and ingots and ores and everything.
Yeah, stay away from
So just assume this is a bustling dock. You actually spot one or two Noids who don't look to be slaves about here. But they look to be dangerous, gruff fellows. And you can already see that as they walk, they're already like differing elemental and monstrous races, giving them the side eye and suspicion.
Yeah.
What they aren't doing to the slaves, who are just kind of walking around and they're just completely ignoring them. So it definitely looks.
We're still going with the same con of dragoning through this area. So I'm going to continue looking.
Stick with what you know.
Yeah, stick with what we know. Fake being a dragon.
As the party teleports up here, there's a couple fire giants that kind of give you a side quizzical confusion look, but then turn back to whatever they were doing at their various stalls. The area has a bit more breeze to it. It's a bit lighter of temperature up here. Still pretty warm, and actually, as you have gotten up here, you can hear not only the distant clangs and ringing rising up through the central pillar with the smoke from the lower levels, but to your right, you can hear the thundering of high winds hitting and knocking against the mountainside around it. Now, the actual dock has effectively a barrier or the rising of cliff faces all around it, but it is open to the air above, and you can hear the whistling of wind racing above it in the cold altitudes. As well as the cries and shouts of merchants at their trade.
Mm-hmm.
What would the party like to do?
Shit, I don't know what the Monster Guild symbol looks like, do I?
Do we hear someone yell, "How dare you! We are legitimate businessmen! Here on legitimate..."
To be fair, you just have to walk around a bit and see whichever one Gwent goes white at.
Yeah, I'd want to make sure we avoid it, is the thing.
That's probably a few, to be fair.
No
offense, Gwent.
Gwent will go very pale, specifically the Monster Guild. The rest is just, like, normal cowering.
Yeah, normal coward.
Yeah.
Like, the level of cowards.
Yeah. But Alvina's still gonna
Let's check the Gwent meter.
While we're walking around, Alvina's just gonna continue walking like she owns everything that she can see.
It's fair, you do. So you definitely feel some side eyes and quizzical glances on you. A little bit of hostility from a couple of the people. As well as a bit of intrigue, a bit of confusion mixed throughout the crowd. But it's that hint of hostility that kind of gets a shiver down your back from your traditional adventuring senses of keeping an eye out for danger.
I think it's not really a shiver for Alvina, it's a, oh hell yeah.
I sense a fight brewing.
Yeah.
Alvina should have danger sense.
She does.
That's what I'm saying, she should have.
Yeah, she does have it. Shit, congrats.
Her danger sense is I sense a fight.
I assume she just sets off her own danger sense every morning. She wakes up, danger sense, oh yes, it's me.
Danger sense, my stomach. But yeah, what are we looking for, guys? Because I've got no fucking idea.
Lou would be
We're
going
looking for somewhere to hide away for a while.
Oh, not with the tidal wave again.
Hide away, hide away.
Yeah.
Lou would be going round the stalls looking for wares that he could use for his spells. It's like, oh, I need some more of that. Need a bit some more bat fur.
As you can imagine, this place specializes in iron and ores and any ingredients that you imagine can be found through a foundry.
There doesn't happen to just on the spot be some primordial fire, right?
I'm sure they sell that.
For all intents and purposes, almost a religious relic to the monarchy.
I assume so, but you never know.
You cannot buy primal fire, no.
Yeah, I was actually like,
you got some...
I should check. I really should.
Now selling primal fire. Now selling
she
primal
probably
fire.
would.
This is the fake primal fire that the con artist is trying to
We've
sell.
got like just little knockoff, like
It's a
trinket.
genuine
primal-
primal fire here.
Yep.
It's a
Only
lighter.
this much.
It's a lighter.
Yeah.
You just see a stall with
It's a
a bunch of stained cloth with like the branding of Iron Core across it.
The name is Primo Fire.
You just see a little bobbly head of a fire giant smith.
A half orc trying to sell his wares, being all flamboyant and.
2 gold, you get this.
No. It'd be brag.
How many tabaxi are there who are saying that they have wares if we have coin? How many?
0.
Yeah,
Zero. Good to know. Yeah, because she does wares if you have coin. Is that a shark?
Yes, we're gonna use the sharks as ships for some reason.
Okay, I was wondering why is there a shark just here?
Gotta move you back.
This is the pet we're getting, guys. But yeah, is there any?
There you
Looks
go,
like
you
a
gotta
banana.
You gotta be a you gotta be
Yeah,
a ship.
blue banana.
Banana shark.
Gotta get a couple of just ships in here. Just
Okay. But yeah, does any of the stalls look basically unoccupied and closed?
I'm gonna go with no.
Okay. So Alvina's just gonna have a wander around and see what people are selling, essentially. She's still got tongues up for half an hour, so.
Oh, that's fair. You get a general idea of the themes from it. There's any sort of iron wrought weapons, so you can see steel swords and axes from a section that seems to specialize in weaponry. Next to it is a section that specializes in armors and shields. But there's also a large portion of rings and jewelry, beautiful crafted. Like goblets and crowns, tiaras, a whole section of what appears to just be general like jewelry craft and alchemy and jugs and
Are
vases
they
and
magical?
statues. They are magical in
Or
the
are they
sense of
just-
their beauty.
Yeah, they're very well crafted, I imagine.
So they're just standard rings, they're not magical rings.
They're really
Other than-
expensive rings. But no, none
Doesn't
of
make
them
them
are.
magical, but they have no
None of them
magical
are arcane
properties.
magic items.
Would anything
Are
be
they
primordial?
primordial magic items?
Oh, they have several primordial items here, which I do not currently have the dock list for this area. And also, I'm pretty sure they, as if you go to ask somebody to buy something, they will request to see your trading license.
Interesting.
Wait, our trading license?
We have
Yes.
a trading license.
You need special papers to buy from the monarchy.
Interesting. I wouldn't be asking around. I'd be looking at things. I don't talk to the common.
As you're looking around, you kind of pick up the general vibe of whenever anybody's buying it, they kind of show this almost like ID emblem before returning the emblem to like their inner pocket.
Gotcha.
Hey, why don't you have a look at that and see if you can forge it?
Yeah, I will have a look
The
at it.
whispers.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have a look at it. What is it with my eagle eyes that can detect fine details from a huge distance?
Just because you can detect fine details doesn't mean you get the right angle on it. So go ahead and give me a perception check. It will be a low DC for you, but just to make sure you actually catch a glimpse of it to make out the details.
That's exactly what I was hoping for. Come on, eyes. Nope.
No, I thought it was 19.
Perfectly average.
Perfectly that. It's still a success. But I'll take it. Since you have a whole bunch of things that lowers it to effectively you just need a success. So as you're looking at it, and I think you have seen this icon before. It is a what appears to be a metal wrought medallion composed of a variety of differing colored ringed metals. You don't unfortunately know enough about smithery to identify the metals at a distance, but you do recognize that there is distinct metalwork to this medallion, and engraved on and buffered on top of the medallion is a symbol in 5 parts. A symbol that I believe you have seen before if you give me a history check.
I will try. I'm not good at history, but I can try. Apparently, I'm not bad at history.
Would I have seen it?
So, well, you didn't have to make a perception check, so you don't gotta do
I'm
this
just
check.
Considering
Alright,
it should
I'm
have
just
been an
looking around.
18.
But
I'm
it
just
is a
looking
success.
Cool.
Now, you have previously seen this symbol back in the main sphere. It's not it's an uncommon symbol, but it's not unheard of especially for adventurers. But you've also seen it more recently in the New World when you were in Titan Guts initially, looking through the crates, where you unfortunately lost Steve. God's bless their heart. It is the symbol of the primal monarchy. It is the 5-part symbol of what the players may recognize as the princes of the apocalypse, the evil eye symbol.
Yeah. Okay. Do I? I think I have some items with that on them actually. If we can forge it, because I have a lot of loot from that original area still.
And who's going to forge it?
You.
Is it... If it's metal?
Forgery.
Forge, as in forgery, not forge as in like make something.
Oh, I thought you meant forge as in
Oh,
like,
it's a metal.
we're going to replicate that design because
Yeah, we're
it's
going to
made out of-
replicate. We're going to replicate that design.
Ah, I
with
thought it was
forgery
made out of
stuff.
metal,
It's
sorry.
slightly modified to be incorporated into one symbol, but it is made up of these components into one image that I've posted in the Discord.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure I can do that.
Yeah, we get that. Basically, we try and find a. After having looked around a little bit at least, do I? I look at Gwent when we go probably a bit more. He said it was the north, was the Monstro Guild. I have a glance at Gwent because I imagine there's like a noise from him when we get to about here if they're on plain view.
I would have been scanning the crowd.
Exactly. That's why I'm assuming that you'll be able to find something. Because we did have a Monstro Guild around here notification.
The Monstro Guild was mentioned on the map we got.
Exactly. So I imagine Gwent would be on very high alert.
Up there.
Yes.
Oh, as soon as Gwen saw that on the map.
Yeah, there's a thing. Yeah, that area. Okay. So yeah, as soon as Gwent makes some sort of noise, Alvina will smartly turn around, and walk the other way.
Yep. Like, just starts twitching underneath one eye and goes to the saddlebag just to make sure it's firmly down.
Yep.
And then just starts to turn around and walk the other way.
Yeah, there's just a nod, a very, very slight nod towards Gwen from Alvina.
And I pull my hood up and make sure my face is as covered as possible.
Yeah. So yeah, Alvina will now be just scanning for a place to look a little bit out of the way. That no one's going to do bat an eyelid.
What Lou was going to do was he was going to have a look at the rings if they were magical and try to bullshit a good price.
We can't buy anything because we don't have ID papers, is the problem.
Well,
We need to
that's
make
what I'm
the
saying.
ID papers.
What he was going to do
Ah, right.
before he found out that you need a trading license.
Unfortunately, our trading license that we
You
do
know
have.
how in all MMOs you need to like gain affinity with the factions before you can trade with them.
Yep.
Yeah, you gotta go gain affinity with the monarchy.
We need to get at least to
But we're
neutral.
giving them whatever currency.
No, their current level is like the orange level of reputation, where they will fight you if you attack them, but they're not neutral.
Yeah,
They're a little
they
bit
see
below
you as
neutral.
slaves to be. What was the currency that they use? Because they do actually all have their own currency.
It was some sort of chips. Like, not as in the potato. As in it was some sort of, like, crystally chip, wasn't it? Am I misremembering that? Is that someone else?
It's written down somewhere.
But
Yeah, we can come back to that.
Yeah, Alvina's basically looking for a place we can.
Lou would just keep browsing.
Yeah, Alvina's looking for a spot that they can basically just sit down and basically out of the way and forge some ID, essentially.
Like preferably with an air to actually see the goings on of the port.
Well, as you can imagine, everyone's kind of like, if they are here, they're huddled in close to the warmth and fire, as it is. Well, I say that it's scorching winds outside. Hilariously, even they're actually sticking to the north and south, kind of out of the direct line of sight of like the hot winds flowing towards the exit, and you
but
can
they'll
see the
have
areas
their
are
own
packed
fans.
to the north, to the west.
Oh, they don't have an OnlyFans.
Since the smoke is going this way, is this like the least populated area then?
Yeah.
Alvina's going to look particularly around here for a little corner then.
That's fair. That's fair.
Huddle into.
You find a nice little gap in between this large orange tent and the purpley ones down here. The large one being populated by what looks to be a couple of smoke genasi apprentices. They don't look to be, or at least servants. They don't look to be completely slaves. They are dressed in, while not particularly the best wares, in what you'd expect to be maybe poverty clothes rather than like slave outfits.
They're serfs, not slaves, essentially.
Yeah, they appear to be serfs rather than slaves.
Gotcha.
As well as what appears to be a fire genie.
Oh, a genie.
Currently offering a number of beanbag like chairs next to strange glass smoke fused items.
Okay. I don't think I get the reference there, so.
Get your Arcanite cup.
Yeah, do people show their trading license even for the recreational? Because buying stuff, yes, but like food and drink stores, maybe not. So that's what I'm trying to work out.
Yeah, you don't notice anyone flashing any sort of trading license to them.
I was meaning we found the gap between, so. If we have
Lou would be sitting next to Alvina and getting description of what Alvina saw as a trading license.
Yeah, since I have a bunch of things still from that original salvage, would any of the stuff that I looted have the symbol on?
Possibly.
I've got quite a lot.
Roll me a fate die.
Lou
Let's
found
find
a lot
out.
of boxes.
We'll make it a 50-50. Just get a positive score.
Nope. Very much not.
not.
Very much not.
Just get a positive score in that one.
It's all water damage now. It's all been smeared with different stuff that's been in your bag.
Been in that bag with
chewed
Assassin and whatever else has been put in.
Yeah. Assassin was
It's
using
all
it
orange as well.
Yeah. Assassin would be using it as like a chew
A
toy
litter
sort of thing.
tray.
A litter tray? No.
Nah, she'd be using it as a chew toy. Or
Yeah.
they'd be using it as a chew toy.
Assassin just doesn't like that symbol at all because that's the
Nothing.
rival.
It is the rival, yeah. Nothing. Okay, so I'll
Yeah,
be
you
doing
get
my
pretty
best.
things with that.
So I'll be doing my best to describe it to Lou then.
Yeah. As best detail as Alvina can give.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. You
Would
do
you
so.
just need to make one copy, and hand it to each other if we wanted to buy shit, or would it need to
I'm
be
the one
like
who's
one
faking
each?
to be. I'm the one who's faking to be a dragon, and you people are like my servants. So we could hand it either to the person that can speak probably most of the languages, and say it's on my behalf because I'm high and mighty, basically. that kind of thing, which would be Fade.
Yeah, I was just more curious of how many I would have to make, whether it was just one or like
Probably
a bunch
only
of
need
them.
one because it sells it
Probably
better
just
if we have
one.
one. That I am your boss, you are barely people. No offense.
Under the circumstances, none taken.
Yeah, like specifically this. So yeah, because Lugrim has forgery kit, if that is applicable, Chris. So
It would be, but I believe it does take some time for you to forge something. Probably a short rest, knowing D&D.
slowly, I don't know. It's not too long ago. It's not like smithing. I'll tell you that for a fact.
It's not 300 days.
5D. Forgery kit.
But anyway, while you're
Sorry.
doing that, assuming it does take an hour. Ooh.
Fucking hell! Who
Ignore
makes
that.
it?
Who are you trying to deceive?
Fuck you, deceives life.
Yeah, I pressed space on my keyboard and it re-rolled that for some reason.
I deceive everything that comes near me.
You're actually not a goblin, you're Imix.
Yeah.
You're selling this lie of this is the dragon. Like nobody's out of their
Yeah,
business.
this is a dragon, clearly. Fuck is my hype man.
Boss looking like an Azir, or whether it is a.
Yeah.
Yeah, we still do have the two Azirs, don't we? Because the point's the other one.
Yeah.
So, you two still escorting me around actually might sell it quite well.
I mean, I can only.
And there
do it
were
for-
fucking
yeah.
33.
Yeah. There's not much time left on my disguise self.
Alter. Oh, there was Alter Self.
It was all stuff that point did.
Ah, right, yeah, because the points is lasting ages.
Yeah. So.
Well, what I want to
Get you
end
into the
on
cubby
then.
hole. Get you into the cubby hole.
Yeah, because disguise self only lasts for like an hour.
I'll make the most of it.
So it might have even finished by now. Don't know.
It's been half an hour since the tongue cast arena, maybe 40 minutes now, so it'll probably be ending about now.
Mhm.
Because you cast it a little bit before
Yeah.
we cast tongues on me, so.
Get one last good deception in.
Yeah, quite a really good deception, then we throw you into a cubby hole and a goblin comes out.
Make it count.
But yeah.
Right.
Chris, you want... What have you got me while we're doing this?
Yes, I'm just gonna assume it takes you an hour to forge something real good.
Mhm.
So there you go. You can spend. And to be fair, you could potentially all get a short rest in a moment, but we'll see because there's two things I want to do first.
Cool.
So first of all, as you are settling down, doing your little forgery, before Alvina or anyone goes off for any strolls during the hour period. As you have taken residence next to this, what appears to be, I think we can all see some sort of procreation or recreation smoke god lounge.
What?
Whatever is going here.
That is fine.
The main owner of this place comes and strolls over to the side where you've taken residence in their alleyway. And leaning against a little wooden counter that rings the tent area, you see what appears to be I don't know if I think I had him previously the fire genie, but apparently smoke genies are a thing. I found some stat blocks and some descriptions of them. So he's now a smoke genie. Because I really want a smoke genie.
Yes, works.
So you see what appears to almost be reminiscent of a fire genie, but instead of hues of red, they are in hues of grays and blacks, a little bit of white here and there. And this figure appears to be kind of wispy at the side. He doesn't really have like a solid outline. He has a humanoid figure, but it seems to almost blend with the rest of his surroundings, almost as if he has a blurriness all around his figure.
It's not completely corporeal.
Yeah, almost like you're viewing a ghost made of smoke. But enough of a form and figure that he leans in towards the party, resting his elbows on this wooden counter, and you get a good look at his kind of narrow, pointy face He has a wispy, thin French smoke mustache and a thin goatee.
Definitely
a-
don't trust him.
He has a curl of grey locks coming off his forehead to the left. The rest of his hair kind of shaggy and like neck length. As he stares at you with these beady eyes and sharp nose, as he kind of in this voice that just seems to drip with sinister energy. What do we have here? Riffraff making camp in my proximity?
I make a snort. In much disdain as I can make that
Alvina's
snort
got to
sound.
be the one to answer because, you know,
The left
rest of
side of
us
his
are-
smoky lips upturned in almost a semi-growl before his face returns to this kind of smug arrogance.
I make a bit of a snort and go,
Do you know who I am?
No, not even that.
No. We can't play that hand yet. We can't play the "Do you know who I am?" yet. I want to see him squirm.
You'll want to talk. I put as much clap as I've heard dragons speak as I've ever had before.
Give me
Riffraff.
At the
a
same time,
persuasion or intimidation check.
I'm gonna try and give her advantage. Can I move behind her and just sort of raise my eyebrows and point to the guy and cast message and say, "You stand before one of the dragons, sir."
She's in a bad mood.
And she is in a bad mood today.
Yeah.
As I edge slowly, slightly back out of Alvina's arm's reach, looking, trying to perform and look fearful at her, and catching eyes with the slaves, as hopefully they're doing the same.
All right, well, you go ahead and give me a performance check, just to see if you extra add this. I'll lower the DC for it. But Alvina, go ahead and have advantage on that, since the message and the information puts the idea in their head.
Okay. I really wish it was a performance check for me, because I'm much better at that. Be intimidation, because I'm supposed to sound annoyed. Don't. That's my destiny!
I will give Alvina my destiny.
Thank you. Intimidation. Come on! Fucking idiot! Bollocks.
How are you not intimidating?
Because I'm not! I'm nice!
And you're not raging right now. Or anything.
The rage is regardless. But
Also, yeah, it is one of those things of other games have intimidation be strength based, which is really nice.
Oh, you know, you can do strength-based intimidations in D&D if you do something physical, like crush a can or something.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Like,
what I mean.
this is,
It's just flat strength in other systems. In this, it's not.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, the standard checks are just like the most used. It's why I call for stuff like intelligence insight, because it's more applicable.
Yeah.
I could see Alvina crushing something as she's saying, "How dare you call me riff-raff right now?"
Yeah, but from what you described to me, they are just kind of like standing and ejecting their presence, which is very charisma.
It is very charisma, yeah.
If you want to take a weapon and break something for threats in the future, let me know, and you're more than welcome to do strength intimidation at that point.
Absolutely, but she's not. She's above it at the moment. Her heart's not in it, apparently.
It would seem so.
With a 9, her heart's not in it.
Okay, so as the party attempts to do this, the very cynical. They're just the image I gave of this guy is so.
Yeah.
If only like he walks into any room and it's like, yeah, that's the bad guy. That's the bad. Don't trust this guy.
Don't trust this guy. He's definitely evil.
Oh yeah. The figure seems to lean further in towards the party, and his smug, arrogant face gives way to a murderous yet sinister smirk as he grins like a chest creature about to pounce. I don't believe you.
Bolt.
I'm just going to put my hand on my very obviously made of dragon sword. Go. Without missing a beat. You don't believe what? I don't believe I said anything you shouldn't believe.
Fascinating.
Fair.
So while I keep my temper, could you do us all a favour? She's going this is like sitting to vicious politeness. She's staring at him like full on, and get about your business.
As he begins to turn, you hear him muttering, "Fine, if you don't want to loot Iron Core's treasure room." As he walks back into his tent.
Oh,
Here's the thing. Genie. Don't trust him.
Oh,
I don't
no,
trust him
no, no,
regardless.
no, 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 no.
No, that's what I'm meaning. I don't trust him regardless. I'm not taking that bait.
But while the party well, let the rest of the party decide. They might want to do something.
That's Alvina's point of view, at least. She's not.
As Alvina has decided, and the rest of the party contemplate this, we switch back to Zormir for the final
Yay!
scene. As Zormir, we return back to.
How's the new
the
start getting on?
Yeah, you know, Zormir's got a lot of like plot stuff they could be learning down here.
Yeah.
Gotta get rid of the rest of the party. Boom, dead. Killed you.
It's fine, I've got 17 backups. For specifically this level and stage of campaign.
Zormir, as you make your way through the room, it appears that Elder Arisag has given up trying to hide you from the rest of the room and begins walking with you towards the obsidian iron walls. You know, I was trying to keep this hidden, but the public display of this is going to be difficult to squash rumors now. Smiths, they do seem to like to gossip in between works.
how about
They seem to believe I was a dragon. You can literally go with, you bought me off of them.
how about making a distracting display and summon that bracelet to you? Engraved with your
It is
blood.
all right. I will deal with it later. I will come up with some excuse as to the nature of your visit that does not reveal your apprentice state just yet. But I may have to keep your apprentice status quiet from the rest for a little bit longer than I'd intended to.
Well,
Alright.
you seem to be
Alright.
the only. You seem to be the only one that they didn't convince. From the sounds of it.
Oh, when you get to my age, very little passes you. No. We have intel whenever the Acquisitive Breath makes an unscheduled visit. For such a visit to bypass our knowledge, well, would quite frankly be a waste of political maneuvering. They would have to use up some serious covert activity to inspect us without our informants in the faction alerting us. And, well, why waste it? We don't actually have anything here that they could use. No, if they were going to waste their secrecy, it would be on a far more prevalent outpost than Iron Core. We have our secrets, but they are trivial secrets compared to some of the other outposts in the cosmos. And so you see, this is why your allies could never have deceived us. At least not those of us in positions of authority, to the true nature of who they are.
Hmm.
But
Very
anyway,
well.
I tire of politics. The Inquisitive breath is
Yes, politics
irrelevant
does.
to me.
Politics does hamper the craft and the time to
Ah,
work on our inspiration.
yes, see, you understand. And I have already waited long enough, Apprentice Zormir, to begin work on my new project. Let us not let the embers grow cold any longer. The spark awaits. And I am about to show you something that very few get to see outside of the craft. Or none get to see outside of the craft. Very few within the craft get to see. Come with me. As he takes the cinder crystal key that seems to contain the essence of fire, and he touches it to the living flame as a small little fire spirit rises from it and begins conversing with the wall as the wall dissipates, revealing what appears to be a glass door. Completely see-through into this large checkered area with a spiral staircase in the center, and 4 statues of what appear to be older primal smiths staring down. An image like Arizag himself. Yes, as he pushes the glass doors inwards. Follow me down here. You can feel already a rise in temperature somehow even greater than the scorching heat of the forge. As I need you to make me a constitution saving throw against heat exhaustion.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no condensation on the glass doors.
That enough?
That is more than enough, yes. You do not succumb to the sudden heat.
It just blacked out. That'd be quite funny. But
But as you begin walking down the steps, you're plunged into darkness. You can see a vivid, vibrant red glow beneath you emanating from the base of the stairs. You seem to descend about a good 10, 15 minutes of walking down about 60, 80 feet of steps.
Mm-hmm.
walk slow, DJ Zormir.
Arizak doesn't say much. He continues mumbling to himself in giant.
Really need to learn the language of giant.
Oh, yes, you should. Fantastic language. Strong language. Yes, it carries the strengths of the elements to it. Yes. I apologize. I was just thinking about material and quantity choices. Yes, it's good.
Yes, I do find myself lost in thought and babbling about my crafting, much to the annoyance of some of my friends. So,
Right, now, when we get down there, you must let me do all the talking, you understand?
of course.
My kin will not take kindly to the presence of one who they cannot know is worthy. I am also ahead of schedule, but they will understand if I invoke the right of craft. When genius hits, there can be no question that passion must be followed.
Yes, I agree wholeheartedly.
God damn it.
It did say my character is...
Yeah, we know. Holy fuck. I think I've seen this in Cult of the Lamb.
As you reach the bottom of the stairs, you come out into a large, hot, glowing red cavern filled with lava and a few small passageways to little alcove or medium-sized alcoves where you see the back of 4 hunched similarly elderly fire giants, hard at work. You hear the clang. Actually, you don't even hear the clang. You hear almost a chanting of work as they appear to be singing a work song or a work chanty in giant. As you first come into the room, the heat magnifies even more as it hits you, as I need you to make me another Constitution saving throw against the heat. And you can see in the center of the room 4 obsidian iron statues looking over what appears to be a large cinder crystal in the top of the ceiling, looking down into a pool or a little basin of a flickering red flame that seems to be both solid, liquid, but also pure plasma energy encircling around it. It seems to almost have a duplicating effect. You can see light shifting into a darker maroon red, but also a slightly lighter pink at the edges. And decorating the bowl in the ground in which contains this flame is detailed ignan glyphs, glowing hot red, and a very shimmering red barrier that seems to spark with flames along its sphere. You can see similar red pattern and glyphs glowing before each of the forges, each with their own red cinder crystal, similar to one above, looking down on what you can only imagine looking at it is the primal flame.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's Iron Man armor. It has internal cooling.
Yes, and can I guidance myself on that? Because I don't think a 12 is gonna be enough for this. I'm not even sure if adding 4 max is gonna be enough.
16.
Unfortunately, you cannot guidance a save.
Nah.
Yeah.
No, that'd be. There is another one.
There is something that does
resistance.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have
It's
anything.
blessed, I think, as well. Yeah.
To be fair, bless does everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Bless only does attacks and saves.
And saves. Yeah.
Doesn't actually check. Would you like to do anything before I announce the results of your 12 Constitution save?
Pray.
You know what, Zormir? I'll be nice. I haven't used my destiny. Take it.
Okay.
I thought you had used your destiny.
No,
That's
you
why
used
I
it.
offered.
You used it. I didn't use it, but you said you did, so I used yours.
Wow. Yeah, I hope you remember this in the future, Neil.
Yeah, I thought you went. I'm gonna use this. Oh, cheers.
I only did it because I knew I had an inspiration as well, but I thought you had used yours. That's why I said it.
No.
Like, I can use my destiny.
What is the
Jesus.
total con save? Is it 19?
Yeah, it's 19.
Yeah.
As Zormir, suddenly the room begins to get fuzzy.
Oh, wow.
As you stare at the crystal, you can feel sweat pouring down inside the interior of your armor. There's a buzzing in your ears. The back of your throat is so parched and dry. And suddenly everything around you begins to almost swirl. It seems to rotate. As at the creeping in at the edge of your vision is the darkness.
Yeah, heat stroke. I've had that before.
Suddenly, the last thing you notice, the last thing you see before you collapse, is the stop and buzzing silence as the hum comes to an end, and the 4 elderly primal smiths all turn to first
Start singing. I believe in a thing called love.
Arizag. But then all of their looks glance down to you. A fierce, intelligent stare looking into your very soul, judging you. Each of them looking at you, dissecting you. Prepared
Yes, trying to get the
destroy you.
sirloin.
I was about to say the same thing. Or an equivalent, at least.
Nice.
As these four hostile stares penetrate into your soul, you can feel the hostile flame behind their eyes as you fall unconscious from heat stroke.
Bloody hell!
Bonk. Clang.
And that's where we're going to end for tonight.
Yeah. I tried, bud.
So glad
I tried.
it's you and not my character again.
Also, by the way,
Thank
Chris,
you all for watching. Thank you all for playing. This has been episode 37, The Art of Metal. And Zormir has gained access to the innermost sanctum of the fire giant Smith and has
But it
found and
what cost?
located the primal flame, the primal fire.
And
And
then
he's
immediately found it.
Well, the rest of the party have encountered a rather sinister fire smoke genie who has seemed to have caught on to their lies and has mentioned something about treasure.
I know.
But can they be trusted?
No.
Alvina
Look
says
at
no.
Absolutely.
Look
No
at
one's,
the guy.
no
Of course
one's
he can't
saying
be
yes.
trusted. He's a
No,
genie.
no one with a moustache like that.
Yeah, he's a genie and
No.
he's got a face like that. He's definitely evil.
But does that mean the treasure isn't true, though?
Yes.
I mean, let's
The
look at
treasure's
it from,
true and he'll kill us when we get it.
let's look at it from a logical point of view.
Yeah, if he kills you when
There's-
you get to, though, that means there's a fight,
Yeah.
which you could probably win.
Yeah, and it
He's a
also
genie, he
means
just wishes wish and teleport us somewhere.
not
No,
every
no, a
genie
genie can't wish for their own benefit.
Here's the thing.
Yeah,
Alvina's
they can
stupid.
cast it.
Alvina's
Ah,
stupid.
so you're worried he'll trick you into wishing for something?
No, Alvina's
and then
convinced that
trust
they are when they say they can't wish for their own benefit, that they're lying and they can if they need to.
it. You could wish for the
Okay.
genie to not be able to cast wish anymore.
No, that's just me.
But anyway, so that is what we're going to do. Thank everyone. Find out next time if the party survives and if
Way
Zormir,
to defeat your own
If
moral
Zormir
argument.
died!
if Zormir either
Yeah,
dies or ends up staying here, or I don't know where this is
I
going
don't
to
know
go.
what's gonna happen!
How is going to happen?
Nobody knows.
Oh,
Clearly
no.
not Bob.
I mean,
One way or another, at some point in the next few weeks, we're going to be stealing a ship with or without Zormir, or possibly not.
fuck you's already bagsied the what do you call it?
Yeah, if all else
Peculiar.
failed, Gwent and fuck you are leaving and they have the ship.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fuck you's gonna
Marine
come
that's
and
a
do the
real-
Peculiar
that's a
3.
buddy movie I'd watch.
All right,
Yeah,
good.
but
Goodbye, everyone.
Yeah, see ya.
Fuck, you could
The rest
get
of you.
the ship coming in.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
We out on your end?